Like,
All right. We're live tonight. Like I say, what's up to everybody? American Zombie hanging here with Jose Marquez. Yeah, man. The title, Are People Thinking for Themselves? And I doubt that very much. Sometimes I wonder, even when we were younger, if we even knew that we weren't thinking. We were just repeating what we were told. I know it's like a impromptu stream. I think I put it up a little after 11 for 11:30, but yeah, man, I'm glad to for you to join. And yeah, man, whatever your thoughts are on the subject, it's
I was gonna tell you, man. I was gonna say, like, I didn't get the chance to fully catch like the 5 hour show that you did the next day. I was like, holy, like you put in a 5 hour one with, like, like you were talking about, like that guy Tom in the beginning. I didn't get to watch the thing. I'm
mhm.
just like, yeah, man, yeah, you definitely been rocking this back to American Zombie, and it's just, yeah, the title, like the subject of people not thinking for themselves. There's definitely, right, like, the argument is made that technology is, and whoever's orchestrating the software and the programmers for the technology is guiding humanity in a direction, and
Mhm.
they're not even, like, and it gets to that point where they call them like non-playing characters, right? NPCs, is that non-playing characters? Yeah. That argument, I'm like, wow, like, that's such a crazy take on humanity, basically, but it's accurate.
Yeah, you look at just acts talking to the average person. I mean, out to lunch, man, they're on autopilot. And just like we had, like the stream the other day was really just a conversation with my friend Tom. And he had to go. He only had like 20, 30 minutes, and then Plague Drake hopped on, and then Plague Doctor and the rest of them. And I mean, it was cool. It was a friendly. Yeah, I was glad. Some of the I've gotten like some of the trolls. This guy, he was, I could see the mental disease or the malady that he's going through with the evolution cope. And it's sad because a lot of people, when I look at the religion of evolution, man, it's brutal, man. It's brutal, bro. They don't want
Like,
to know about science. They just follow that doctrine, and they're not
mhm.
thinking for themselves. They're not thinking for themselves. They're just yeah, they and that's the thing. Zombies will say that everybody's programmed because they're programmed. Misery likes company. Again, they don't want to see anybody thinking outside of the box. They're like, look, man, we all programmed this and that. And it's like, that's a zombie. You got to stay away from those zombies. The religion of evolution is a religion that tries to act like they're not a religion. That's why it's worse than any formal religion when you think about it. And yeah, it's sad, man, when I look at the state of affairs in mental problems. Frank Zappa had said it best. He said the biggest problem in the world is mental illness. I think we got Bama Dave, man. Bama, what are you trying to say, man?
Speaking of mental illness, man,
Yeah, no, it's no disrespect to him because we already
oh,
know. Yeah,
I'll give him a little disrespect,
yeah, with the YouTube thing, you know
I'm
how it
smarter
is.
than both of y'all. I'm better educated than both of y'all. Y'all are not that smart.
Look,
Dude,
if you're
dude,
if you're better educated, right,
you have a
that
bachelor.
means you're
How about,
more.
Evolution. Nobody ever said evolution
wait,
was a theory. Nobody ever said evolution was a fact. Well, let me switch it up. Nobody ever said evolution
no,
was a
no, no,
law or a fact.
Dave,
It's a theory.
before
It's
you
a
go into all of that,
theory.
you said something just very direct about having a better education than the both of us, right? What is your
Hmm.
highest degree of education?
Bachelor's
Okay, all right.
What is
plus
it?
life.
In what?
Oh no,
In
I'm
what?
not giving out. I'm not giving out too many details about
Wait. So
myself.
you said you have a bachelor's?
Yeah, plus life,
Okay. So are you
life
telling me that
experience.
makes you smart?
No, not at all. I'm
Okay.
saying
So
don't.
so,
I'm
so then what
saying
are you
don't sit
saying?
up
So
here
then,
and
no, I'm trying to figure out what you're
don't sit
saying.
up and insult my
No,
intelligence when
I'm
you
trying to
have no
figure out.
formal education. You said you
Look,
didn't graduate high school, so don't insult my intelligence. I don't
bro.
come
So
on here
so
and
what I'm
insult.
trying to what I'm trying
I
to
don't come on here
what
and
I'm trying to
insult your
discern
intelligence.
what I'm trying to discern
You do
Is
this thing where
you're
if you
saying
think you try to talk down on people, you're not that
I'm not
much
talking
better.
down on anybody, man. I'm asking
Like
you
you
a
real
question.
condescending.
I'm asking, well, if that's the way you feel, maybe that's the way
No,
you will
you
throw it
are.
up. I'm not condescending on anybody. I'm asking you a question.
Oh,
Do you
they're
feel
zombies. They're mentally ill. Like who are you to diagnose
exactly,
people?
exactly?
Who are you to diagnose people? You didn't even graduate high school.
Okay, so that right there is zombie behavior. What you're doing,
Zombie behavior. You joined the military. That's all they do
you're
is break
showing
y'all
us.
down and
Look,
indoctrinate y'all.
yeah, you sound ang. Are you ang?
All they do is break y'all down
Are
and
you angry,
indoctrinate
man?
y'all to get
Are you
shot at.
angry? Did you take your medicine
No,
today,
I'm
man? You
not
get your
angry.
alcohol
You
and
keep
all of that?
doing this thing where you think you better. When you was
Bro,
in the
I'm not
military, you are
saying
the
I'm not.
definition of a bot.
Did I say that? Did not
You are
now
the definition of a bot.
look, did I say that I was better than anyone?
You took
No,
orders.
No,
no.
no. Did I say that I was better than anyone? Yes or no?
No, but you talk like
Okay,
you better
Matt,
than people.
bingo. You said no.
And
So
nobody ever said that
look,
evolution
you
was a
just said,
religion. That's you
bro,
making
you
that
just said
narrative.
that, man. You
All
just
over the place.
Evolution is a
Mental illness.
theory.
Mental
we
illness.
ain't talking about evolution right now. We're talking about what you just said, which was a lie. You said that I said I was better. Then you said no. When I said, did I
So let
say
me
that?
ask you a question. If everybody has this mental
Look,
illness, what's your
Dave,
mental
if you
illness?
have an inferiority complex, don't
Yes,
blame that on somebody
he
else.
creates false scenarios. So this is
Look at
what it
your
is.
little
His
cheerleader. Hey,
inferiority. No,
pull your
your
skirt down, buddy. I'm talking to
inferiority
him.
You trying
intellectual.
to call him? You
We
using
can't
Right?
even
my
hear you.
lingo?
Pull your skirt
That's how
down.
fucked up, man. He wanted to talk some smoke the other night, and I'm like, you know what, man? Look, I'm not even about that mood. About like, you know what? I'm gonna take you serious and dismantle you, like, on some intellectual level of like just telling you, bro, like, look, you can
You're
go
not
F yourself,
intellectual.
right? But you thinking that we can't
You are
see
not
the
cerebral. You're
authority
not
complex.
cerebral, my
That's
boy.
what you come
You are
into.
not
That's
cerebral, my boy.
but that no, your act, the way that you portray
Right,
everything you say shows us
right,
the mental illness
right.
you
Yo, right. Yo, come on with the narrative.
create false scenarios. You
I
put words
graduated high school. I graduated
you
college.
put
What's your
words
level of
in your mouth, you
education?
little narcissistic loser. Like
Uh huh.
you just
No, no,
Right.
no. Don't call him a loser. We don't want because he's trying to bait people in. We're not going to try to
I'm
get
not
into
baiting
hate on.
nobody. I'm
We already
just
know
I
what they
came
do.
up here.
Look, we
Whenever
already
okay.
somebody
know what you
disagree with
guys
you,
do, man.
It,
whenever somebody disagree with you, they mentally ill. You're not that
personality,
smart.
but your personality, it gives it away.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Your
Right.
personality,
Yeah. Uh huh.
you just
Hold on a second,
don't.
Dave, you're angry, man,
I'm
and
not
I don't
angry at
know.
all. I
No,
just
you
came
can't.
up here to have a conversation. I'm tired of
All right,
being
if you came up
attacked.
to have a conversation, then be quiet for a second, man.
Then stop
You
attacking me.
came on here like if you felt like your intelligence was insulted, and then you're saying that because you have a bachelor's degree and I didn't graduate high school, that you're smarter for some reason or you know more.
No, no,
Now,
no,
I'm
no,
not
no.
saying.
I can prove to you through conversation I'm smarter. What I'm saying is, whenever
Oh, you
somebody
can prove. Wait,
disagrees
wait,
with
wait,
you,
wait. Hold on
they're
a
a
second.
zombie,
You
they're
just said,
mentally ill,
Dave.
or
Hold
something
on,
along that nature.
Dave. You just said you
And
can.
that other guy, Brad or whatever, he
You
destroyed
got to
you
hold
now.
on a second. You said that you can prove to people you're smarter, and then you just went rambling on. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, and that other
Oh,
guy
okay, prove
destroyed
it
you in
then.
that
All right, then prove
conversation.
it then. Oh, okay, hold up. You said you can prove to people that you're smarter. Prove it. What's up, Mark? Good to see you, man.
Come with your talking points, babe. Let's do
No,
this.
no, you just made a statement,
This
and
is
I'm
how I'm gonna
asking.
prove it. I'm gonna prove
No,
it through
no, no, because
conversation.
if you're gonna talk out the side of your face, I'm gonna make you explain it. You
No, no, no.
said that.
It's finna be shown. I'm
Well,
not
then
gonna
prove it.
explain
I
it. We're
want to
gonna
hear.
show
I
it.
want to hear you prove it because I want to get
Come
smarter.
with your talking points.
I want to get smarter, Dave. You said you could prove to people that you're
You
smarter.
don't have to keep
Okay.
repeating yourself. Come with your talking
Well,
points, and I'm gonna
well
prove
then
it. I'm gonna
prove it.
show it to your
Prove
audience.
it. Let me see how you prove that. I'm very curious. How are
Come
you
with
going to
your
prove it?
come on. Come with your talking
No, no,
points.
no. You just said you were going to prove it. That's all I'm asking you. Back up your statement.
I'm gonna prove it through conversation. Come with your talking
No, no, no.
points.
You said you're going to prove it. Prove it right now. You don't need a conversation. We've had many conversations, so prove it.
Yeah, you lost all of them. Come on.
Oh, so yo, cope approach.
A
You're funny,
conversation
bro.
is not a debate. Holy,
Bama has only proven He's not to be
Says the
taken
guy that's
seriously.
not welcomed on almost every
Thank you.
panel of every channel. This the
Thank
only
you,
panel he can come on. Who cares what he got to say?
Listen, man, I care, and that's why I'm highlighting it. So don't tell me who to care about and who not to care about.
You gonna
Look,
highlight your
you must,
cheerleaders.
look, you better
That's
be
why you
you
won't come
must,
on
you
no other
must pick
panel.
a panel.
Just
All right.
a little hurt punk, man. He's a little
You
hurt
know
punk.
not to come
No,
on
we
no
don't
other
want to
panel.
curse.
You know to
We don't
stay
want to
on
curse
your
on here.
channel.
We don't want to curse. We don't want to say the N
No,
I
word.
didn't curse.
no,
I
no,
didn't curse.
I'm not talking
I
to
never.
you, man.
Oh, my bad.
well, the PUNK is a curse word.
No, we're not saying we don't want, because see, this is the thing that they do, Jose. They try to
Uh,
get people to say stuff and then to say that, oh, we're being condescending, because all their whole MO is trying to, say stuff when we stay
right,
within YouTube's guidelines.
right.
And in fact, we go
You
above and
really said
beyond.
I'm mentally ill.
Well, hey, that's to be determined by the way you react. And the way
No,
you react.
my response because my
Look,
response ain't
you got a
kissing.
lot of people. Let me give you an example. You got a lot of
Okay,
people that graduate with bachelor degree that turn out to be psychopaths. You know that, right?
that's true. That's true. That's true.
Okay. So
There's some truth
this
to
is
that.
where I'm saying what. Okay, if I analyze, what are you really saying? Are you saying that you should be given a pass and maybe a psychopath hiding in disguise? That you know,
Okay, now you're moving
come
into
on, man.
narrative
Oh, I got my
territory.
troll up in here. Now, this is my cheerleader, man. Ephilism, I give it to him. He got tight the other day, man. He got tight. He got tight the other day. He got so mad, he started cursing and stuff. And this is why.
He came on the panel. He
No, he
actually
didn't come
came
on this
on.
panel. I went on a panel that was in the UK. And
Oh,
because I asked him a few questions, and I told him how evolution is basically based on racism and it solidifies it. And of course, he tried to
not all
blame
of it, just eugenics.
he tried to blame his whole culture on that. Like he called, the people of Australia, he referred to them as Kiwis. And I don't refer to them as that. I don't think that's good. I don't think it's like people saying, well, all black people, if you're black, well, you're not representative of all black people, thank goodness. And he's not representative of all white people. And to say that, he is, fights that way. Nobody,
See, you
if
just
somebody's
made another condescending remark. You're not
look,
representative of
if you
all
feel
black
it,
people.
maybe
Thank
that's the way you
goodness.
would talk to as a child, and you try to blame
No, no,
people for
no, no, no.
that.
I could just pick up on it.
Nah, man. Well, no, that's something that was installed in you.
No, no,
Maybe
no, no, no.
the
That's what you
abuse you
said.
went
You
through,
can rewind
probably.
the stream and hear it.
No, but let me ask you this, Dave. Who raised you?
Who raised me? Mom and daddy.
Okay, you
Well,
have
now
both.
He wasn't. Most
family.
people think they were raised, they were watched,
Right.
and
Yeah.
most people weren't even watched, man.
Uh-huh.
And honestly, man, I think you really got a problem with anybody
Hmm.
thinking about anything. It's like I said, are people thinking for themselves? The name of the
Yeah.
stream. And I don't think so.
I mean,
You're
yeah,
proof.
you got a lot of yes men in here.
You,
One of them right
exactly.
beside
You're
you.
one of the yes men. All you do
No, I
is yes
disagree
man.
with you on everything.
Wait, and this is funny because ephilism, it's not about substantiating the claim. Anybody can look at the evidence and the
You do
lies
have to
and weigh them.
substantiate your claim.
See, and you got to stay quiet, Dave, because that's the last time you're going to come out with this disrespectful stuff on the screen. If you interrupt me again, I will put you backstage. So if you're going to act like a child, I'm going to treat you like a child. So when you interrupt me when I'm talking again,
Fuck
watch
your
what
panel.
happens.
Do
No,
what you fuck.
all right, watch this. Bang. You see, when you try to teach a child something and they don't listen, you got to put them in the playpen. No, I had to put him back in the playpen. Give him his little pacifier. And ephilism is the same thing. Ephilism is the same thing. This is a full grown male. I won't say a full grown man because being a man is about maturity. Now, just the title of the stream itself, or people thinking for themselves, to have two people come on, Ephilism in the chat and Dave on the panel, and act in this manner, it shows me that the zombies are getting angry. It's like I said, if a zombie doesn't like what you're saying, what does he do? He or she tries to eat the thoughts out of your head and get you thinking like them, or not thinking like them, get you repeating what they're saying, because they definitely don't want to think. And that's why I labeled the title are people thinking for themselves, which we say from evidence, no. They're looking at the cell phones. They're saying, talking about politics and stuff. If we really look at what's going on with politics, they want people to argue and talk about this stuff. And when you look at the foreign aid and stuff that's being given, you start to say, man, nobody wants to talk about that. People will complain about immigration and stuff in the US, which, yeah, there's always going to be problems with that. But you don't blame the immigrants. Well, how are the immigrants a problem? The people that are a problem are the ones that are so-called making the laws that are allowing this to happen. But the average zombie does not talk about that. The average zombie talks about sports. The average zombie chases women like they're objects. The average zombie wants to talk about politics and push their religion, whether it be a monotheistic religion or the religion of evolution. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Al Johnson, man? Good to see you, brother. Wake and Zen, always a pleasure, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's gonna act his age, man. I mean, it's a tough one, man. And it's not a problem with what I say, man. Evolution debunks itself, man. Evolution debunks itself. There's no different rules. Do you hear me telling people not to curse or say the N-word? And do you hear me saying that? No. And there is no debate. We didn't debate, man. We had a conversation. But to you, it's a debate. It might be like, maybe a high point in your life to speak with me. And Mark, you so right, man. You cannot win and argue with a fool. Man, Mark Twain said it best. No amount of evidence can convince an idiot. What's up, why though, man? Always a pleasure, man. We're not putting any of this stuff in there. I gotta take that off. Yeah, we're not like even mentioning, we're staying on the American Zombie tip. Scribe does his own thing, and I don't know what he's doing with that, but with Bama and these guys, I can't really trust them. I can't really trust them, man. And it's like, I mean, I don't know why Bama's putting this stuff in the private chat, man. Don't nobody want to hear that. And Vigilance, man, he said, evening, MD and Jose. Good to see you, man. Yeah, Bama, if you can restrain yourself, man, then yeah, I'm trying to say we're not mentioning.
I would just mess with you. I would just mess with you. I'm gonna chill out.
Look, man, you regardless if you are or you ain't, you already know the deal. You go right back into the playpen if you don't listen, man. And if that's the way I got it, I believe me, I've dealt with trolls for the last couple of years just because I've spoke out about things, and we're trying to not bring up some of these BP topics because we already know Koala and other people trying to, falsely accuse people of things. So we just not.
I do got a quick question. What happened to that one video you put on the channel? I couldn't watch it.
On what channel?
The other one.
No, we're not talking about the other channel. Anybody brings that up,
we can't mention it at
comment.
all.
I delete the comment. There's nothing against the person. It's just saying, this channel is American Zombie, and this is what we're talking about on this channel. If we promote another channel, it's going to be about knowledge. It's going to have nothing to do with anything that the other channel talked about and stuff like that. Just leave, I leave that alone. And yeah,
give me about 5 minutes, and then I debate you. Just give me about 5 minutes.
All right, I'll pull you back on 5 minutes. All right, and and this is something. Ephilism, are you opposed to answering this question? When you claim evolution is a lie, is that a claim that attracts the burden of proof? All right, first of all, you're claiming that evolution is a fact, not even a theory. That's what you claim. And I'm asking you to prove that. Prove that it's a fact. All right. So when you can do that, if you want to grow up here and hop on, I put the link at the top of the chat for anybody that wants to hop on. And if they don't want to hop on, fine. But for some reason, like I said before, in the zombie apocalypse of the mentally dead, when people think and speak with one another, it attracts the zombies. Just the way in a zombie movie, when they see people that aren't zombified, they try to get to them and eat their brains, right? And infect them. But in this zombie apocalypse, they hear you talking, and that agitates the disease within them, whether it be a mental disease, an illness, or an infection, and that drives them to come and silence your thoughts. Silence, our opinions come from our thoughts. What we speak comes from that. So this is why the zombies come, and they're just like, hey, you know what? I just, they just want to argue, man. And I wonder, is that person thinking for themselves? No, of course not. Jose, you have something?
Yeah, it's like a possession, right? It's like the way that the zombie, like the reaction, it's like it just gets agitated. It's like it needs to attack basically. It's like it's like you're saying, like he came in, just desperate to argue and to like like to debate whatever, not even have a conversation. It's like why, man? What's wrong with you that
It's
you're
because it's because of daddy. It's sort of like saying, Dad, I'm trying to say something, and he never listened to most people. So, they come for that surrogate, that surrogate parent type of thing. And all the stuff that they didn't get to tell their parents or the people that they wanted to care about them, they try to tell me and other people, like Ephilism. We see that, of course. I mean, I don't know what he went through in life. We know that people saying evolution is a fact is a lie because it's not a fact. Now, I've stated that. And he's trying to say, well, you got to answer that question again. You got to answer that question again. And that's what a zombie does. You have to realize at some point that you're not going to get a productive conversation with these guys. And then when I start asking him a question, he starts cursing at me. And the fact that I acted like an adult and just said, okay, I'm going to distance myself for this person. You try to flush a turd and sometimes it pops back up and you got to flush it again. That's the problem with some of these trolls. And evolution is a lie. It's clearly a lie. We've seen it was based on a lie to say right away that they knew how life started, that life, started in a way where was like a fairy tale. And this is the problem that evolutionists need to take on with other evolutionists. They need to ask, hey, why is people like Carl Sagan was one of the leading astronomers. And back, I think in the documentaries from the 70s, he literally came on the documentary and said evolution is a fact. You have these channels on YouTube, Dave and Aaron or whatever, Aaron guy, saying evolution is a fact when it is not a fact. And then the trolls try to come and say, oh, you know what? You said this, so you have to prove it. No, the burden of proof is on the people telling me evolution is a fact. And that's where it begins. Let me just fixing this. Yeah, so that's what it is. And with a productive conversation like Ephilism is saying, you can't curse at people. I mean, if I can take the sound clips from that, the sound clips was crazy the way he just went off. It was like
I don't even know, but I can imagine.
I'll try to find a stream. It's another guy, I had went on his stream a couple days ago, and yeah, dudes, they get mad. I mean, he tried to tell me, I guess he's religious too, a Christian, but he believes in evolution. And I'm like, that's an oxymoron. That's an oxymoron.
Right.
Evolution.
The other oxymoron, the other oxymoron is, when people talk about that they're Christian and they have no patience. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
it's like me talking to a Christian and saying, okay, that's your belief, right? So it's not a fact, right? But that's what you believe. Okay, yeah, sure. They'll admit that's a belief. All right, fine. But if they say it's a fact that what their book says is true, well, then that's not true. It's not a fact, Thank you, Mr. Rex, for the donation, man. I appreciate the supporting of the channel, brother. Thank you, man. When I think about it, Mr. Super Sidewinder, good to see you, man. There's some creepy hive mind crap growing up. Yeah, man, it's so hive mind. It's beyond beehive, beyond. you're not getting it, Ephilism. Evolutionists have the burden of proof because they are stating it is fact. Exactly. Exactly. And that's the thing. He trying to switch it. Prove that evolution is a lie. It's like, you prove that it's a fact. That's what you got to prove first. I don't know. I guess Bama is back. Hopefully he'll be a little bit reserved. I mean, yeah, Cope approach, you're right. The platypus, when you look at the platypus, when you look at the fact that there are animals out there that it's just no possible way, and that's just the stuff we look at right now, right? And this is thinking for ourselves. This is not thinking in another direction or indoctrination from school. The blood clotting factor, the 12 main factors, for blood clotting. If one of those are missing, what happens? The blood can't clot. The organism is not going to survive. But for some reason, magically, billions of years will solve that? No, of course not. That's a lie. So the basis of the theory was built on that. The amount of people that have lied to push it has been caught out there. And it's just like, man, I'm surprised people can't see through this. And it goes to the title of the stream. Are people thinking for themselves? No, they're not. Magic Man says, I self-identify as a Christian to remind myself he's not a good person and suggestible to the sin of the flesh like everyone else. Hey man, that's your belief, and that it's okay. It's okay. It's a belief, man. Evolution make the positive claim. Exactly. Thank you, Mr. X. And I would like to see Ephilism prove that what he's trying to say. Even Darwin said his work meant nothing without a missing link. Exactly. And this is what a lot of people don't realize, that the word missing link is another deceptive type of speech because it implies something exists that was never found. So the proper scientific classification would be a non-existent transitional species. When you say it that way, now you start to say, wait a minute, so you're telling me this thing doesn't exist? This missing link, it's not a missing link, it's a non-existent transitional species. And then we'll have other little word plays. This is what manipulators and liars do when they try to get you to believe a lie. So the whole thing is a lie. And that's where Ephilism is trying to say, well, prove why it's a lie. Well, that right there gives you the first foothold of saying, you know what, to call this a missing link. And their whole thing was based on that lie, the missing link lie, the non-existent transitional species. Not to mention the common ancestor lie. That's another lie. Hey, what's the name of that common ancestor? Oh, well, we don't know, but it must lead back billions of years to a common ancestor. This is how they control a person's mind.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Is it possible that the missing link or the non-transitional, I forgot what term
No,
you
it's
used.
not an or. It is a non-existent transitional species. So
Non-existent
it's like somebody
transitional
saying,
species.
Dave, it's like somebody seeing a black man like yourself do something, and you don't look nothing like that guy, but both of you are black. And he says, no, Dave is the guy. He's the criminal, and the evidence is missing. Now, you didn't commit the crime. You said, wait a minute, I didn't do nothing. There's no missing evidence. The evidence is non-existent. It's not missing, because missing implies that you did it and that we're going to prosecute Dave. But you didn't do it. So when we look at that, these are the same slave patrollers, the same mentality of slave patrollers that use that argument. And they say it's a missing link. So I'm surprised that black
Indeed, you are a very good speaker. I got to give it
I'm
to you.
not, see, and that again, man, it's not about speaking. It's about because I'm clear and I can clarify my point. No, that's not a great speaker. That's a guy being able to clarify his point, to say, listen, if I accused you of something that you didn't do, the evidence is not missing. And when somebody says it's missing, that's automatically putting you as a criminal. So
But
to say,
evidence can be destroyed. So what I was getting at, because you had cut me
no,
off.
I'm not talking. I did not say evidence can't be destroyed. If you didn't do it, there's no evidence to be destroyed. because
Yeah,
you
but
didn't
that
do it.
this doesn't. I'm trying to relate this to the actual conversation about evolution. Species die out and become extinct. So if something becomes
Or
extinct,
explain, and remember, we take it one point at a
okay,
time.
all right.
Explain to me how a species becomes extinct.
You can have some kind of disease that they can't fight against, where they can
No, no,
become
no. But
extinct.
how do you
They can
know?
become.
Explain. If I were to say, okay, tell me, how do you know it is extinct right now? How do you know it's extinct?
Well, if you can't find it, then it's safe to assume you can't.
Okay.
You can't.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
not.
you.
You're not
Now,
letting
what is
me
the magic
finish
word
none of
there?
my talking points. You're not letting me finish.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's you can assume because I've never heard that evolution was a fact. That's like saying religion is a fact. They are both
All right. All you got to
theological.
do,
They're both theories.
type in Carl Sagan, type in scientists that say evolution's a fact, and you'll find a whole bunch of videos with that. Now, if these people
But if I
who are
type in scientists that think that evolution is a theory, I find videos of that too.
you can. Now, that's what I
No,
said.
I will. I
Argument,
will.
the argument isn't here. The argument is between those two scientists before somebody even comes over here and asks us for proof. Because it's saying, wait a minute, within your faction, you have this battle here. So you got to clarify that between yourselves before you step over here and try to say, we got to prove something. First, you have to say, why are people in your camp lying blatantly in high positions that if you don't mark that on the test, you won't pass?
To
So
be
this,
fair in court, both sides got to prove. Somebody got to prove they didn't do it, and somebody got to prove that they did do it. So the burden on of proof is on both parties.
it's not on both. It's like I said, do you know any religion where a person will say that their belief is a fact? I have not found it. They'll say it's a belief. It requires no proof because it's a belief. Okay, that's what a belief is. But when you tell me a belief in evolution is proof that it's a scientific fact, that's not true.
Can you define evolution? Because we got on you what you call adaptation. I use evolution and adaptation interchangeably. I
And
use
that's
them like
incorrect. And
synonyms.
that's incorrect. That's just as incorrect as saying a missing link is the same as a non-existent transitional species. We know that those two things are not the same. We know that one is a lie that implies something exists that doesn't exist, and then the other is the correct way to say it. And that's
Yeah,
what
but
it
if I
is.
was to die right now, I went from existing to becoming non-existent.
Okay, so no, you were
So if a
here
whole
though. No,
species die out,
wait.
yeah,
You're not alive, but you did exist. You see what I'm saying? So you're
that's
trying
what
to
I'm
act.
saying to you.
No,
If
but
there
you,
is a
and
missing
now this is
link,
the thing. You did exist, right? So there's evidence that you existed. So
yeah,
show
but
me
it's
the
a miss.
evidence.
But
Show me
this the
the
thing. This the
evidence.
thing. The evidence of my existence can be shown maybe in the next 100 to 200 years, but maybe 1,000 years from now, nobody's gonna know I existed because everybody that knew I
Well,
ever
then
existed is
that's
also dead. So
okay.
how are they gonna prove that I existed?
Listen, if that is the fact, then we say, okay, we don't have the evidence. Now, we would know that, well, Dave existed and the evidence is gone. So he did exist, but nobody knows that because the evidence is gone, right?
That's
Now,
what the term missing links. We know that there is some kind of common ancestor, but we have no proof
but remember,
because it's so
it's
long.
can you hang on for a second? Remember, it's based on us knowing that you existed. There is no case of somebody saying these things existed because they use another lie of billions and millions of years. So nobody's there to witness it. So there is no, hey, people were around when Dave was alive. No, none of that exists now. So now the
That's my
case for
point.
you ever existing is very slim. It's actually non-existent because
That's
there's
my
no.
point. It becomes non-existent. That's my whole point.
Okay. Let me. Can I explain it? It doesn't exist. Nobody. You're putting something into a context like we know you existed. Now you passed, so you're not here anymore. And then the evidence eventually gets to a point to where nobody remembers. Right. That
Yeah, that's
point
my
of
point.
nobody was here to see anything like a missing so-called link, which is a
That's my
non.
point.
Okay.
That's like that I exist right now because you exist right now. We both are on the panel right now existing. So you know that I exist, just like I know you exist. But
Because of
but
why?
500
Because
years
of
from
why?
now,
And
nobody's
tell me
gonna know
why.
about. Say it again.
Tell me why is that?
Because we exist at the same time.
Exactly. So if nothing is existing when these things supposedly happen, it's based on no proof.
Yeah, but that don't mean no. Wait, now you're right. There's no evidence, but that doesn't mean that me and you. That
Dave,
doesn't mean
man,
neither
yo,
one of us existed.
Dave, this is not the side you want to be on. Especially, I know, y'all come up with any little thing and racism and all this stuff will come on. I can't believe that you would actually defend a theory that many people are calling fact. And what this theory does, the more you look into it, it justifies slavery. It says, hey, you know what? That was just natural selection. The better man won.
That's
That's
false.
if you really study evolution, all of that stuff that the South and all of that went through, hey, that's evolution. That's natural selection. That's telling one person something about themselves under a premise, a non-existent premise, to exonerate any crimes that's done against them. To say, hey,
That's
man,
you using it in the wrong context, though. I'm talking
no,
about
I'm not.
evolution as a whole. You talked about eugenics. See, if we
What do
talking
you think?
eugenics,
All right,
that's a
let me.
different argument. I'm talking about
Oh, no,
evolution in
no, it's not
terms
a
of
different argument. Let me.
yes, it is.
When you look into the beginnings of trying to solidify this theory, which is basically not nothing more than a hypothesis, because
Yeah,
it gets
I
knocked
give you
back
that.
down to that, right? It
Right,
was
I give you
all
that.
based on eugenics. Charles Darwin's cousin Francis Galton was the head of the eugenics committee. These guys were pushing this. It's almost to a point where it's conspiratorial. When you look at it, it is very conspiratorial. But and now
I'm
people will
like
look at
all
that and say, well, can't you see that they're trying to look at you as a lower human being? And the way you're acting is
just
actually giving them all the ammo they need.
Yeah,
It's a,
but you look at people as you call people mentally ill and stuff. You look at people like
bro,
they
I
lower
don't
human
call nobody
beings.
mental. I'm not calling nobody mentally ill on this show
If
or
we
another show.
rewind it, you literally called me mentally ill.
Listen,
You
listen. This is the reason I don't like to have you on a panel, because I'm not trying to go against anything. We are not going against anything with YouTube's guidelines. We already
oh
know.
okay.
We already
All
know
right
how
then.
y'all operate. I already have said it to you, whether you like it or not. I feel you're untrustworthy, but I'm still man enough to let you on here to prove maybe that that's an incorrect statement. And the more I try to do that, the more you prove that, you might not be trustworthy, because you're just
I'm
not.
using the words that come out of your mouth.
Look, this stream right here is its own stream. This ain't whatever. This ain't
I
nobody
never
else.
mentioned the others.
All right.
I'm
So
speaking
then,
on
did
this
I ever
stream.
call you anything like that on this stream?
Yes, you can rewind it.
On this stream, I called you something like that.
You called me the MI word. That's what set me off.
Holy shit! All right. You know what? I'm not going to say that you
It
am.
can be rewinded.
I'm not going to say that you're mentally ill. What I'm going to say is that you have a cognitive dissonance.
I
Now,
like that better. I like
all
that
right.
way
You like
better.
that better? Okay, cool. So then that's what it is. So you are you are CD Day. It's hilarious,
Yeah,
man.
why you think I came up here with that energy? I don't come on trying to troll, but if I get disrespected, it goes somewhere else. You can rewind it and hear what you said if you think I'm lying. But we can move past it.
Well,
Can you hear me?
on this stream, I would
On
have to
this stream?
rewind. I would have to rewind it, because I would think that the topic is, are people thinking for themselves? And you might have took that personally, where I say that
It
yes,
was you said it as a
people exhibit
sentence.
a mental illness. They do exhibit mental illness. When you look at people arguing, right? When you look at people saying they got mad, nobody gets mad. You go mad. You can't get mad at somebody. That's the incorrect way of using the word and understanding what it is. You go mad. A person will go insane.
I mean, getting go is kind
And
of
this
the
is why
same thing.
I'm so very, very much pushed on saying, look, man, we have to be very careful of how we use these words, like missing link, like common ancestor and stuff like that. These are lies that were created to push this big lie called evolution. Now, there's going to be a time probably where they might even censor that. So if they censor eventually, say it could be this year, it could be next year, it could be 5 years from now. But if they say to where somebody can't say evolution is not a fact, then what would you say? Then you're going to see like, wait a minute, now this is getting
You know
tight.
what's
And what is
you
it based on? It's based on the words we use, man.
you know what's surprising about that?
Evolution is not a fact; it's a theory.
Dave, one
Okay.
second. Yeah, I'm just surprised actually, MD, at this point that when you've had those shows, when you say the word evolution, then like the YouTube like what is it, the thing that pops up, right? If you talk about certain topics, it surprises me that it hasn't got to that point. It
Oh yeah,
hasn't
the
got
banner that they put
that.
underneath it. Yeah, if
Yeah,
you talk about certain, or if you even mention it, they'll put a banner under your video to where before you even see the title of the video, you'll see like, oh well, their explanation of it. And that's what people like Effelism and these other guys will fight to do, to censor people to where they
mm,
can't say something. So their mental illness, and I think I said mental disease earlier. So that which is an illness, right? But just for sake of argument, we'll call it a mental disease. Maybe we'll call it a cognitive dissonance because they're holding two things in their mind. This okay, evolution is a theory, but it's also a fact. And you'll hear prominent scientists say this, and this is a serious problem. This is a serious problem that needs to be addressed because if it isn't, it's only going to get worse in the future. We've seen it happen with subjects that we need to talk about, and they say, "Oh, you know what? You're not allowed to talk about that because it might offend somebody." So, in other words, truth can be censored because of offense of somebody's what feelings or something. And that's the state that we're living in. And to stay within the guidelines of YouTube, I only go so far now because you got zombies that will try to mass report you, which I've seen happen under false pretenses. So just to stay safe, I'm like, yo, you know what, man? I have to say it in a different way. And
Al, hop
we're
up on the. My bad. I thought you was
we're
done
probably
talking. I
going
was
to
gonna
start
tell
a
Al to hop on the
website. We're
panel.
probably going to start a website, man, where we could talk with what we want to talk. Because I don't know what is going to happen with this type of the way we have to see. We shouldn't have to speak this way, even with the stuff on the other stuff. That's why I'm not doing that anymore. Because you yourself know you're with that crew that goes around and tells on people falsely. Because why?
You
Because
talking to me?
you exactly. And
who are we talking to
Hey,
about
then
that?
I don't know what's going on, and that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Oh, really? Okay, bro.
That has nothing, bro. I am on here to just give my perspective and go back and forth intellectually with other people. I don't care about all the other stuff.
okay, so if we going back and forth intellectually, right? Why don't
Yeah.
you explain to me the theory of evolution? So from the beginning, explain the first fact, and we'll go one fact at a time or one theoretical instance at a time. What is the first thing? Because this is what I say, it's built on
Yeah.
lies. It's a lie. It's basically a lie. And that's what Effelism has a problem with. I mean, I don't know if it's taken, I mean, it don't seem like he's getting sleep over this because I didn't play into his immaturity when he started cursing at me and saying stuff and then tried to blame like somebody who's not mature would blame, oh well, that's my group, that's the way we fight. Well, we're not fighting, we're having a conversation, and there's no need for you to 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 act in that manner. And because I backed out of it that way, he's mad. He's mad, so mad that I didn't even know until he said in the chat that he made a video a few days about the stream I was on. So I'm like, wow, this actually, I
How do
feel
you
like
keep
that's
ending
a
up in these
compliment.
same situations? How do you keep ending up in these same situations?
The zombie apocalypse of the mentally dead. Why do you think the channel is called American Zombie? So it's just like a zombie movie. When you go around, you say, "Holy smokes, we gotta be careful, man. These zombies are trying to infect us." In a movie, whether it be Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, any of these movies,
The
they're
Walking
trying
Dead.
to find other survivors who can still think for themselves or who still are not infected with the zombie thing and get to safe place. So let's just look at YouTube itself or just the internet. There are so many people that are mentally infected with something that has them not thinking for themselves. Like you talk to somebody, all they can talk about is politics or their religion of evolution, and anything that opposes it, just to ask questions about it, they get off the handle. They want to eat the thoughts out of your head. And it's like, okay, so you're not thinking, right? Okay, now we're cool. So that's an agree with me zombie, AWM, agree with me. And this is what we see all over the place. If I were to agree with you, there would be no discourse here right now. We would be like, okay, yeah, clapping hands, good day, everything happy, let's sing a song and all that stuff. If I agree with you. So that should bring up a red flag saying, well, why is it that if somebody agrees with me that now I'm okay. Now there's no problem. So why is that? Because really we
Because
should be
there's
able,
no conflict.
well, we should be able to say, okay, one, we're not really agreeing with each other. So that's the first step to see how we can be duped, to say we're agreeing with the evidence. So we're not agreeing with each other, because you might say, well, Jose is agreeing with you. No, he's not agreeing with me. He's agreeing with the evidence that evolution is not a fact. Somebody might try to say something to you like, oh, Dave, man, you don't really understand evolution because it is a fact. You're just agreeing with MD. No, you're not agreeing with me. We're both agreeing that evolution is not a fact.
It's
So
a theory.
it's a theory. Now, the more we look at that theory, we start to see how that breaks down. And we say, this ain't even a theory. This is just somebody's opinion based on prejudices and what they want to be true. And then they'll lie to try to push that lie by saying missing link and common ancestor and stuff like that. So this is the stuff that gets uncovered when we analyze it. So like I said before, we'll start from step one. What is the first thing that evolution says? The theory. If you're saying it's a theory, well, explain this theory to me.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I would need to have a computer or some information in front of me so I can walk through it.
Oh, okay. So now I just want to bring in that, and this is what not saying anything bad to you. This is saying this is the mental disease I'm talking about. The fact that somebody will defend something that they don't even know about. Like if I told you,
No, I know about it. I just
no,
got it.
you don't. No, if you
I
gotta
can't
have,
detail it to you.
why is it all right? Then why
I
is it
can't
that I
detail
don't?
it to you.
Why is it that I don't need a computer in front of me to explain it to
Like
you?
even if you ask me about photosynthesis, something that I learned a
Okay, so
long
what does
time
that mean?
ago, I
So
would
what does that
need.
mean? That means you don't understand the process of
No, that means I don't
photosynthesis.
remember.
Well, remember it, understand it. It's like saying, okay, you
Those are
know
two
how to
different
tie.
things.
You know how to tie your shoe, right?
I do that every day. I don't
Okay,
think
so
about
all
evolution
right.
every
So then,
day
so you know that you know it. You don't have to look it up on how to tie your shoe. So that's when you say you understand the theory of evolution.
I don't
You
remember
understand.
the name of the knot though. I just tie my shoe
It don't matter. The fact that you can do it. So somebody might not know.
because I want to use proper terms and jargon and
Well,
things of that if I
it's
explain it
not
to you.
about that. It's about me saying, let's take addition, for example. If I
Uh-huh.
gave a pop quiz and I said, look, I'm going to write 5 problems, 5 equations, 2 plus 2 equals what? 5 plus 8 equals what? 7 plus 4 equals what? And you would not say, well, man, I need time to study that.
Yeah,
No.
but I also took calculus and got an A, but I would still need to brush up back on it
Well,
so
then
I
that
can know how
means
to
you
do it.
don't know calculus, because if
That
it,
means I don't remember
well, no, it also, not remembering is not knowing it. It's like getting behind a
to a
car.
degree
Do you got to take a driver's test every time you get to behind a car? No, you remember it. So when you
because I
forget
do it every
something,
day.
there is no saying, "Oh, I know how to drive." No, well, you can't drive. You tell me every
Some
time you
people
go.
know how to walk, but they have an accident. They have to relearn how to walk.
Come on, man.
No, it's the truth. It's the truth.
Come
Some
on, man.
people have these accidents or become
All right,
paralyzed.
and what is that called then? That is called a learning disability.
No, that's not called a learning disability. That's called forgetting.
Holy smokes, man.
If I tie my shoe every day, I ride a car every day, I brush my teeth every day, it's gonna become second nature.
You have a
This
problem.
stuff that you this
This
stuff
is
that you
what I'm
talking to me
saying. And
about,
you're trying to get off. You're trying to get off the topic, right?
no, I'm not.
All right. Well, then explain. You're telling me that when I asked you to explain the theory of evolution, you're not mentally equipped to have this conversation about that.
No, I just don't have no computer
No,
in
you're
front of me.
not
I can
meant.
have the
If you
conversation.
were mentally equipped to have this, we could both sit here and talk about it. Because anything you bring up, I could
How
say,
about you
okay,
explain it? How about you explain it to me?
no, because I'm not the one trying to prove it.
No, but
You understand?
you
Do
don't
you
have to. You
understand?
can
Do you
explain it
understand
and
the
not
burden?
prove it.
The
You can
burden of
explain it
proof.
and disagree with it.
The
Just
burden of
explain it.
proof falls on you.
Says who?
Says you, because you're the one saying it's a theory. Okay, it's a theory, right? Explain it to me. Oh, well, you don't know it. Well, God
Okay,
dang
well,
it,
how about
man.
this? Let me word it this way. Since you don't believe in it, tell
No,
me why
it's
you
not
don't
about
believe in it
believing.
and
It's not,
explain
you
it
don't
to me.
have to believe in it. I'm
No,
asking
no,
you
no. I'm
to,
saying you explain it and tell me
Dave,
why
you
it's
can't,
it's
Dave,
flawed.
you're running from the question.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Because you stated that evolution is a theory. Now
Mhm.
I'm saying explain it to me, and now you can't explain it.
I can't explain. I can't explain it because I don't have the
All right,
necessary
what do you
materials in
know?
front of
What
me
do you
to
know
explain
for
it.
sure? What do you know for sure that you don't have to explain?
Re-exit.
The what?
Re-exit.
What do you know for sure? There are things that you know, right? That you don't have to look up right now, right? That you can explain to
You're
me
right,
right
right, right.
now. Okay, go
That
ahead.
we all evolved. That we all evolved from a common ancestor, which you would call what? Well, it's the missing link, but you called it a non something. Non.
Dang. Are you
Uh,
drinking, Bama?
no, I'm sipping. I'm sipping. I'm sipping.
you're,
I ain't gonna. Okay,
you're
I'll tell you the
sipping.
truth. I'm
Okay, so
sipping.
you are
I'm
drinking.
sipping.
So you
I'm
missing
sipping
Lincoln.
slow, slow,
You
slow.
missing
I'm slow
Lincoln.
sipping.
That basically you missing Lincoln. So you're gonna lie and tell me you ain't drinking and you drinking.
Nah. But look, this is
Oh
what I'm
my
saying, MD.
goodness,
This is what I'm
man.
saying. This is what I'm
I,
saying.
you know,
This is what I'm
you
saying. I
you're
want
a
you to hear
funny
me.
dude, man. You a funny dude,
No, no,
man.
no. I want you to hear me real quick.
Mark is right. He said, well said. I don't want people to agree with me per se. I want to know what's true. Exactly, bro. Exactly, man. Mr. X says evolutionary theory shows us that we can understand the change over time in all living things in terms of variation, selection. And this is the thing, the change, it's really adaptation. And this is to begin from the beginning of it, because it seems like Dave, he wants knowledge. People are starving for knowledge like that. We don't know it, most of us, but we are starving for this. This is why people would even listen to a stream like this. I'm surprised because when I look at some of the other streams and I say, wow, are people thinking for themselves? And that's why I named the stream that. And then, of course, it's going to bring in the zombies and stuff like this. And, you know, and this is another thing, Magic Man. I mean, I really don't like to harp on, everybody got their religious beliefs, and I know there's good people in all religions, man. So to single out one religion, like people will say J's or the M's or whatever like that, I mean, I would hope that people can move beyond that. Bama just, yeah, he already did give up on it. He said that he didn't
Nah, we
know
can
it.
move it. Nah, he can explain it,
You
and then
know,
I can.
well,
Matter of
Magic
fact,
Man ain't
MD.
coming on. I don't know if he's going to come on here and explain. I doubt it very much, but he's welcome to. The link is
Hey,
pinned
Al
to the
Johnson,
top
you
of the
got a
chat.
lot to say. You got a lot to say, but you never hop on the panel. Come up here and face me. Let's see
Yeah,
how smart you is.
and he knows that the link is pinned to the top, so nobody can say like, "Oh, he didn't put the link in." No, it's pinned to the top. So if
Yeah, come up here.
to
Everybody
hop
come up
on,
here. Come on. Let's have a talk.
and it's funny enough that evilism, I think evilism is losing sleep over this, man. I mean, I would hope maybe, I don't know if you need NyQuil or something like that. It just, the guy is hurt. He's wounded, man. Wounded animal, and wounded animal is twice as dangerous. No, it's cool, Mr. X, man. You definitely, yeah, I mean, you know what the deal is. So it's like, I don't think he's relating, he's saying it to
Oh,
you. I
this
think,
Mr. X. I
yeah,
didn't know that. Okay,
yeah,
this
no, I
Mr.
think he's
X.
saying it to Magic Man, and
Now I was talking to Al
Yo,
Johnson. I
Cope
didn't know that
approach.
was Mr. X. I didn't know
Yo,
that was Mr.
Cope
X.
approach is hilarious, man. Cope
Hey, but
approach.
check this out. Check this out. MD, why do you disagree with evolution? Like, explain the theory to me and tell me why you
No,
disagree
man,
with it.
you have to look at, see, again, you trying to twist it so you don't have to
I'm not
study. And
trying
then
to.
you telling
I'm
me,
not
and then
trying to
you got the
twist it.
nerve, and then you got the nerve to tell me you have a bachelor's degree and I didn't graduate high school. So how is it that I didn't graduate
Oh, he
high
knows
school,
this
but
one
but
thing
but,
that I
but
forgot.
I did something that you couldn't do. I finished my military service,
I
and
didn't go to the military.
well, you didn't because you couldn't. And people try to
No,
tell
I
me that, oh,
could.
they can, or okay, that's why you didn't, right? It's a real
I was going. I
cop-out
was
way
gonna
to
get
say it.
on with a Navy scholarship. I just
Look,
didn't want
you,
to go
you
to the
could tell
military.
me that, hey, I didn't go to college because I couldn't finish college. Great. I
But I
didn't
went to
go. That
college.
might be true. That might be true. But I tell you one thing, I wouldn't want to sit there. I'd rather go to trade school or something, which I was an apprentice and I did other things. But to say that about the high school comment that you made, right?
Mhm.
Insinuating that you're smarter, and you might be, right? But it's funny that a guy who didn't graduate high school can explain the theory of evolution and the problems within that theory that knocks it back
Didn't
down.
explain it. You
It,
still
it,
ain't
knock- it
explained
knocks
it.
it back down to a hypothesis and a lie. So basically, it comes out. It boils down to a lie, and that's the thing that Ephilism is so mad about, because he wouldn't be able to come on here and explain it himself. He'd be like,
How
"Oh,
about you explain it right now? You
no,
just
because
said you
I'm
can.
I'm not the one that's bringing it up. I'm the one that's telling you that, hey, man, if you told me it's a theory, please explain it to me. See, what I'm doing is I'm teaching you how to be a responsible adult. When you make a claim, you have to back it up. And that's all I'm asking. This is not disrespectful. It's not confrontative, but to a zombie, it's confrontative because it's telling the zombie, you got to think now. And one thing we know, all of us have a little bit of zombification in us. And the way that we can make that zombification recede is by thinking. Thinking is the cure. Reason and logic. That's the cure, to say, okay, now I'm thinking, hey, you know what?
With all this talking you doing, you could have explained it by now.
I don't need to explain it, because if I explain it, it's like a parent when you say, "Hey, Dad,
If
what's
I had
this
another
word?"
computer, I'd just look it up and
No,
keep it
think.
going.
Well,
But
well,
I
then if
only
you
got
want
my
to,
phone.
all right, if you want to look it up and you want to go through it that way, you're never really gonna understand it. Then it's going to get back again to where you say, when somebody asks you to do it, you can say, "Well, you know what? I need to look it up." If you can't do it on your own time, you're not going to really learn it. You're not going to say, "Hey, you know what? Okay, it's
No,
like,
I know it. I forgot it.
well, it's like, okay, if I asked you to explain, is racism a theory or is it a fact?
It's a fact.
Okay, explain it.
It happens
No,
all the
explain
time. You
one
can see it.
instance at a time.
Well, you have the KKK, which is a racist organization. You have other racist organizations. You have it on a systematic level.
Okay, now give me one example of a systematic level.
Eugenics
Okay, now eugenics is disproven, they try to say, right? But I'm asking you for
is
one.
still enforced. It's
Eugenics is a
disproven, but it's
field.
enforced.
Eugenics is
It's
a field. I'm
enforced.
asking for one
Yeah.
instance.
Um,
Like if somebody were to say, Bama, define the word racism for me. Define it. I don't understand what it is. What would you say?
it's a social construct based off skin color.
I still don't understand it. You're not explaining it. So I'm gonna say, okay, I don't understand. Could you please clarify?
It is a hierarchy based off of skin color, which one person is above the other, based off ancestry and skin color.
I still don't understand it. You're not being clear. I'm playing the part of somebody who is just, some people will say, and rightfully so, they'll be like, look, I still don't understand what you're saying. So what are you trying to say? If I'm Irish and someone's an Italian, how does that go in that way? Are those the two same people? Is there a hierarchy there? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it could be depending on where you at, because the what there was, I think it was either one of them. ranked lower amongst the European
All
ancestry.
right, what is a European?
Somebody from the continent of Europe,
Okay, what is a continent?
a piece of land.
Explain it. All right, so you telling me what? Mexico is a continent? That's a piece of land, right?
Nah, it's a country,
Okay, so I want to, you
but it's
trying
on
to
the
teach, so you're
continent.
teaching me now. You're being the teacher. What is a continent?
A continent is a
God dang.
landmass. I think you can include the phenotypes of people on the continent. I forget. I ain't took this stuff in so long. I would have to have something in front of me so I can give you the definition. I'm just I forget.
So wait, I just had to walk away and grab my tea. Say that again. You were just saying like a
I
continent.
said I would have to have a computer in front of me so I could read
Oh,
off the
okay. So
definition.
again, so to be honest, you don't know.
No, I do know. I just
No, no,
forgot.
no, you don't. If you know, you'd be able to tell me.
No, that's not true.
Look, if you went to take a test right now and not an open book test and you
Mhm.
couldn't answer it, what does that mean? You don't know. That's why you can't answer the question, right?
No, that's not what that
No,
means.
no, no. You're taking a test
That
on a
means I
test.
can't give you the no. That means I can't give you. I know what evolution is. I can't give you the textbook word for word definition of what
And why
evolution is
can't you do that? Because
because there
you
are
don't
more.
know.
It's more. It's not in my own words. I want to
You
give you
don't.
the textbook
In other words,
definition
you
of
don't
it.
know.
I don't know the textbook definition. That don't mean I don't know what it is. Those are two different things. Like you can
The
explain
reason you
light.
can't. All right,
You can
I
take
asked
a
you.
word like
All right,
light
and this
and
is the thing. All
explain
right,
it.
now I'm going to
You can
educate
explain
you.
the electron or a proton or a neutron, but you can't give the textbook definition. But you know what it is.
You don't need to give a textbook definition
But
if you
I
know it.
want to give you the textbook definition.
I'm asking you a simple question where you don't need a textbook if you know it. What is a continent, man? You just claim to know. You just claim to say Europe
Okay,
is
I'm
a
gonna tell you
continent.
what a continent is. A
Did you look
continent.
it up yet? You looked it up?
Nah, you said you don't want a textbook definition, so I'm just gonna tell you what it is.
So you're gonna make something up then?
So if I don't give you the textbook definition, I'm making it up. That's why I said in the beginning I'd
It's
rather
sort
give
of
you
like
the textbook
it goes
definition
it
because I
goes
know
back.
how you like to play. I
Listen,
know how you
Bama,
like to
Bama.
play.
It goes back to the racism question. So I'm playing the other side to teach you that if you were to try to tell somebody that didn't understand what the word racism means, which some people will say, no, I don't see it, right? So they'll say they don't see it. And then they say, Bama, can you explain it? And they say, well, you couldn't explain it really. You didn't give an instance. You try to say, well, it's eugenics, is this, is that. Well, you still didn't explain it. So now if that person says they don't understand it because you couldn't explain it, what does that say about you? It says you don't understand it as well. You don't understand it well enough
No, that
to.
means that the other person is acting willfully because you said you playing a role, so you're being willfully obtuse on purpose just to play stupid.
I'm playing the role. No, I'm playing the role of somebody that wouldn't know. That's what I'm saying. I like
Or
to
you
work.
playing the role of a
It's
person
like,
that's
oh, okay,
willfully
okay.
ignorant. You could
This
be
is the role of
willfully ignorant.
Bama. You know that there's people that will tell you racism doesn't exist, right?
Yeah, they can be willfully ignorant too.
Okay, now I'm playing
People
that.
play
I'm,
stupid.
I'm, I'm
People
saying to
play
that
stupid.
person, how do you explain it to that person?
I
They
wouldn't
say,
waste my time. It's just like this. You know what the
He
things
said he
no,
are
wouldn't
that
I'm
waste
is
not
his
saying,
act.
time.
Wait. Watch this. Watch this.
wait,
You know.
Hold on a second, man. Plague Doctor, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream, man.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Bam? Appreciate you for coming on
What up?
American
What up?
Zombie.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm at a
He
point where
proving my point by playing stupid. I don't get it.
it's not playing stupid. It's saying, okay, if
You
somebody
just
doesn't,
said you
all right,
playing
I'll give you a
stupid.
better example. If somebody doesn't understand calculus, and I say, well, Dave, you said you graduated with knowing calculus. Can you explain it to me?
Nah, I would need the book. I ain't
Okay,
took this
okay.
shit
So
in.
just like,
I
so in
can't
other
curse. I
words,
can't curse.
you would need the book because you don't know it. You might have took it in school or whatever. So what, and these are the things I'm trying to show you.
But I got an A in the class. That means I knew it at the time I needed to know it. I just don't
You
remember
could
it.
have cheated to
No,
get
I
that
didn't
A.
cheat.
Well, how do
You
I know?
got cheated.
right? How do I know you didn't cheat? If you didn't cheat,
I mean, I can't
right?
prove that to you, but I know
Well,
what
I tell you
I
one
know. I can
thing.
tell you what I
I know
got in
that
that class.
I know that there's some people that took calculus, and I could ask them, and they can explain it. And I would say, well, this person, the fact that they can explain it right off the top seems like they didn't cheat, or maybe they did cheat and they learned it or something. But one thing is for sure, they can explain it. Now, for you saying that, oh, you took it and you trying to wear it as a badge of honor, and that's, hey, man, can you explain it? Nah. Well,
Yeah, I
now
took
I'm
the
thinking,
class, but if I don't use what I learned from the
did
class,
you
I'm gonna
pay?
forget it. You're not proving the point
It's
because
like,
I knew it. I knew it when I needed to know it.
did you pay for that degree or something? It's like, is that a real
I
degree?
mean, school costs. I mean, what kind of question is that?
Well, I'm talking about pay without going to school. Like, how did you get that
How do
degree?
you pay without going to school to get a degree? Show me how.
Yo, Mr. X, or scholarship. That's how you don't pay. That's how you don't pay. You should know that because you went to school, right? But obviously you don't, and I do, even though I didn't
You
graduate
can
high
say what you want. When you get
school.
done, I
Al
have the
Johnson,
paperwork to show
yo,
I'm more
Al
educated than you.
Johnson.
I have the paperwork to show I'm more educated than you. When you get done
Bro,
talking,
wait, hold up. But paperwork don't mean nothing, Bama. You know what
paperwork
I'm saying?
means everything
It
because
depends on what.
if
Yeah,
you
go
need
ahead.
a degree, if you need a degree to get a certain job and y'all don't have one, y'all can't get that job. So paperwork means a lot.
Listen, you could have all the paperwork you want.
Your
If you don't
license
know,
that you need
if
to
you
drive
don't
a
know,
car, that's a piece
listen,
of paperwork.
listen. Why is it that some people will have less credentials and still get the job? It's because most jobs deal with not with your paperwork. It deals with who you know.
Experience. Who you know and experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's other ways
Now
around it.
wait.
But
Now
what
let
I
me
said
further
was if you
Bama,
need
let
it,
me further expand on that.
okay.
There is a guy that worked with people for counseling. You know, he worked with very high end people that own businesses. He said, listen, man, he goes, I've seen applications, 750 applications for 2 positions, right? Now,
My God.
you know, and this is the thing. I think it was Jared something. I forgot his name, but I have, you know, I listened to him years ago. He said, and he put it in a very spiritual way, in a way. Like he said, I've seen 750 applications for 2 jobs. And he goes, I can guarantee you that when they picked the 2 people for that, there was also another 100 people that were just as qualified, if not more, than those 2 people that were chosen for the
Oh
job.
yeah. Oh, I'm already knowing.
Exactly. So now,
Yeah, credentials don't mean shit with that. Yeah.
exactly. So the fact that
Credentials do mean something.
fact that there's people with more qualifications that don't get it shows that the paperwork doesn't mean as much as Bam is saying it worked.
It
It,
didn't mean that much in that situation.
well, you're saying that's all.
Those 100
You
applicants can
trying to
put
say
in a
you trying to
job and
say
get another job
you were trying to
because
say,
they
You
and
have
got people with
credentials.
paperwork crying right
Bama,
now on TikTok.
yeah, but
Hey,
Bama,
Flag, did you graduate? Did you
wait,
go to
Bama, hold
college?
on a second. You were saying that if you don't have this paperwork, that you need that to get certain jobs.
I never
I'm
said
showing
12.
you,
Yeah, I did say that.
I'm showing you that there's instances where they'll say that to you, and then they'll give the job to somebody that doesn't have that paperwork. So you're
There's
trying to tell
exceptions
me
to every rule. That
you
proves
no
nothing.
no and no, this is actually not the exception. This seems to be more like the rule, and there's going to be exceptions to that, to where they say,
Prove it
well,
to
this guy
me.
got the paperwork. You know that if you got the paperwork to some jobs, it doesn't matter, they're not going to give you the job. And this is something where I'm surprised that you couldn't bring this up as an example of racism. You see what I'm saying? The fact that you sat here babbling
You're
and
not proving no
backpedaling on
point.
unicycle, eugenics, and all of this crap, and you
Uh-huh.
couldn't give me one simple example like that to
I gave
explain
you
it to
plenty of
us.
examples. You just didn't like them. I said the KKK.
No,
It's
no,
not my fault that you don't like my answers.
it's not that. You didn't give an answer, man.
I did. I said the KKK. I said eugenics.
How does
I
that
explained.
how does that explain racism? I asked you to
Well, seeing as
explain.
how
I
you
asked you
have a
to explain
stream
it,
and
right?
you titled the stream the other day about eugenics, I'm pretty sure it
Look,
explains some things.
I'm
But now
asking
you
if
playing
somebody
stupid.
says it's like the continent thing. If somebody says you say eugenics, all right, what is eugenics? You see what I'm saying?
Eugenics is the belief that a race is superior to the other one based on not only phenotypes but genetics.
I
Like they
mean,
might say
well,
that this person brain is bigger. White people have a bigger prefrontal cortexes, where black people have shrunken brains and they're more simple.
I
That's
mean, I was,
moving into
yeah,
the
Wait,
realm
yeah.
I
of
just want to say
eugenics.
for YouTube that you're just explaining that. You're not saying that somebody's different, like this is the explanation of
Well,
eugenics.
it is a theory. I can't prove it.
Yeah,
It's a theory.
it's a theory that's been disproven. So we're just saying that just to stay within, we're staying within YouTube guidelines because see, this is
Oh
the
my
type of
God,
stuff that
YouTube must
we
really
have
be
to
tripping.
clarify.
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, oh yeah, YouTube. Big brother,
Yeah,
man.
that's like
You
his
got careful.
6 times saying it. It's starting to make me nervous.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That this is why the name of the stream is "Are People Thinking for Themselves?" And we see that there's not a lot of people doing that because we can all agree that this is a scary thing. We shouldn't have to feel this way. This is not a good thing. I mean, I'm thankful that we get to use the platform and
This give me
everything.
the feeling of the C word.
Yeah, man. This is like, I mean, it is conditioning people to where I don't know. Imagine what people are going to be thinking like in 5 years from now with all of this. The way how we have to be careful saying this. That's a serious thing. But most people, honestly, in the past few days, all they care about is a sports game. I think there's some sports thing going on with football and basketball or
And don't
something.
forget some ass. But yep.
Yeah.
MD, I got a question for you. If Even if we are aware and we know something, if we can't change it, what does it matter?
What does it matter is that it affects your life in either a positive or negative way. That's why it matters.
Explain.
Okay. Repeat your question. If we don't know,
If Even if we know something and you're powerless to do something about it, what does it matter? What does you knowing, what's the benefit of you knowing? You
okay,
can't do
the
nothing about it.
benefit, all right, the benefit of you knowing something that you currently don't have the power to change is that knowing something is the beginning of being able to possibly create the situations to gain the power to make that change. So
Let's say you never can gain the power to make that change.
you would have to
What
give
does
an
it
example. You'd
benefit?
have to give an example of that.
I know that racism is real, but I can't change it.
Why can't you change it?
How would I change it?
We can't change everybody's
Okay,
mind. So I
we'll
mean,
give you an example. Has there been people who have changed that situation?
Yeah, but racism
yeah,
still
they got shot.
exists.
Okay, bingo. You just answered your own question.
No, because it still exists.
We didn't say eradicated. We said change it. So, like you were saying, that other person showed you that even though once they became aware, it seems like you don't have the power to change it, but they found a way to get the power to change it. And they changed it in their situation. So in you saying that something you can know and you don't have the power to change it shows me that you just haven't found that power within yourself. And it's real easy to say, it's real easy to sit back and get lazy and say, oh, well, there's nothing you can do. Well, somebody else did something about it. And the first step to doing something about it is becoming aware of it. So that's the power of knowledge, of knowing. You become aware.
Ooh, I got so much to say behind it, but I can't even say it because I had to tie it into the other show. But that was real
Yeah,
hypocritical.
no, and that's what I'm saying. I would like to be
That
able.
was real
You think I wouldn't
hypocritical.
like to be able to talk about all of that right now? But this is
Yeah, I
Well,
can't do.
yeah,
I ain't gonna do
but
it.
this
I'm
is
gonna.
Big
I'm gonna
Brother,
keep it
right,
in
MZ?
realms. I'm gonna
Yep.
keep it in
Well,
realms of this
but this is the
conversation.
thing. This is the thing.
Because now you
We
moving into
hold on a
psychology.
second. Hold on. This is the thing.
Psychology.
We were thinking about starting a website to where, like how I'm doing a stream right now, we say, okay, we're going over to the website. And I was asking the guy, all right, how much is going to cost to build it? Now we can build it for a couple $100, so that's
Oh,
okay.
that's great. That's great.
Yeah, and then to host it. So every month you have to pay a hosting, I guess a streaming host.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cheap. It's like maybe $30 a month. But the thing
Mm-hmm.
is that that is where we might have to go, because especially with the other channel stuff and other channels, different type of stuff that they talk about. I'd like to talk about stuff like that.
You
Now,
know,
I told my friend, I said, look, man, I said, I don't like to have to charge people to pay a lot. I said I've always been that way. This is why my books are so cheap. You look at people with the books, they want $20 and stuff.
$25. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I appreciate that about you though. But go ahead.
Thanks, man. I and this is, I keep it real. So it's like I told him, I said, look, I'd like to keep it at $10 a month. I said, I know he said that's very low. I said, well, I said if we get 10 people, I said that can pay for the hosting and maybe we can recuperate from, because I can't put the money out right now to build the site. I said, it's coming to the holidays, it's winter in New York. I said, I'm trying to stay warm, basically. And things are going up. I can't even believe the way stuff is going. Insurance, I'm like, man, it's ridiculous. I'm saying, wait a second, what, So if we do this, then we can just go all out and we can talk about stuff and say, okay, this is what it is. Because like Dave should be able to say what he wants to say, but he's right. You get that feeling like we get afraid because,
Big Brother's watching.
Yeah. And then the channel is not around, you start to say, man, you know what? It was great when that was around. And this is why we should appreciate these things. Good to see you, Browns boy. He says, I found your channel by way of the Machine Lies. Yeah, man, that's a cool person. He was on the other day. Yeah, he was on the other day. Yeah,
I low-key want to answer what Mr. X asked me
what do you ask?
that one time about a mind going from no mind to a mind. But
yeah, you're right about that, Mr. X. Al Johnson. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. It just, and I'm not going to be here for forever, man. I've told guys, it's like, listen, some days I feel good. Some days I don't know what the heck is going on. You eat something, you're feeling sick. Who knows what's going on. I got to watch the fact that I have to go through a supermarket and understand what ingredients are. When I was studying that back in the early 2000s and late 90s, it's ridiculous. But in a way, I start to realize I need to be that smart. Because what was that saying in Rome? He who will be deceived, let him. And in America, it's let the buyer beware, right? So you go to buy something, like right now, they got some type of scare that they were saying about the radioactive shrimp. Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, I said I'm ready for this because I got to go to work. I got to go to work in the morning. So let's go ahead and get this debate out the way.
That's a good thing. Magic Man, I ain't old, but I ain't young, so I can't claim either one.
Yeah.
I'm in limbo.
Let's get this debate going, though. Let's get this debate going.
What debate? You can't even explain evolution, man. What debate? What are you sipping on, man?
Man, you already know some tequila.
Hey, tequila. Yeah, you must like the Spanish culture because you love tequila, man.
Nah, it don't give me a headache. Like I don't mess with pure liquor, but yeah.
What about vodka?
I'm just sipping because I got to get up in the morning and go to work.
Yeah.
Then why are you sipping? Though, if you got to get up and go to work,
that's his coat.
Because I'm a responsible adult. Sometimes.
That's his coat,
but I'm
MD. That's how you cope with the Matrix.
I'm gonna have a short work day. I want to let y'all know something. I want to let y'all know something. Y'all might think y'all holier than thou, but y'all are also a part of the Matrix.
We are
part of the Matrix. Who the hell ain't a part of
the Matrix? Yeah, we are.
Okay, then stop acting holier than thou.
We not. I'm just saying that's why you drink before you go to work. It's to cope with the 9 to 5. I
actually ain't drinking on the stream in 3 to 4 weeks.
No.
Bama.
Like
there's nothing wrong with a little drinking.
This is my first time sipping in a while on stream because I'm trying to get myself to go to sleep.
Man, you always sipping on the stream.
Wait, don't drinking help you go to sleep? Like
that's why I'm drinking. I took a nap earlier today once I got off, so I'm trying to make myself back sleepy.
Don't lie, man. Look, man, you wake up drunk. Don't even try to.
Nah, but for real though. The question that Mr. X asked was, how can something with no mind give birth to a mind? Can I answer that?
Go ahead, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to answer it in the reverse first, though.
Oh, man.
I like to do that. I don't know why. Because a fetus doesn't even have a heartbeat for a second. And then it develops a heartbeat. Then it develops a brain. But just because it has a brain don't mean it has a consciousness.
And what does all of that come from? A person with a brain, right? It's gestating in a woman's body, and the woman has a brain, right? So how
Yeah,
does
but all animals have
So
a brain.
to
Well,
clarify
most
Mr. X's
animals have
question,
a brain.
how
I
does
think
it come from something without a brain? So you're talking about just how does a mind come into existence without any mind?
this gonna sound real cold blooded.
Just stay within the
Let's
guidelines.
hear
That's
it.
all I'm saying.
Oh,
Stay
okay.
within
I
the
gotta stay
guidelines.
because I can really explain it, but it's gonna sound real cold. So I'm
Just
not
try to
gonna do
use
it.
cold
Well, then,
words. Like if you say anything that's sensitive, just use
if
cold
you
words.
really
That's
want
all.
to say it, man, donate the money so we can build this website. And you say whatever you want when you come
You
on
know
it.
what, MD? Some things ain't even worth mentioning, but I can explain it. I
Well,
ain't
if you
gonna do
can't
it.
explain it with the guidelines, we'll just talk
Yeah,
about something.
that's why I'm not gonna do it. And I think you
Bro, it's
never mind.
not wait, hold up, Bammer. It's
Never
not
mind.
hard. It's not hard to get around Big Brother. You just gotta like juke it out. Like
Bro,
you
I'm
gotta just say
drinking. It's
fake
gonna be a
words.
little difficult.
Oh,
Me,
my bad. My
Nah,
bad.
he's
yeah,
Yeah.
been
yeah.
sipping
I
too
remember.
much.
Yeah, you drink. Yeah, never mind. Never
He
mind.
ain't
So
gonna
I'm
be
not
able to
even
do it.
gonna
Yeah,
attempt to
yeah,
explain it because if I
Look.
do,
yeah.
and then
If I can explain
if
it,
his channel get
Bama.
banned or blocked, he gonna make it seem like I did it on purpose. Like I'm trying to.
Well, Bama, you
I ain't
if
never knocked nobody's channel
I
off.
can explain it simply. So you telling me you can't explain it. The way I can explain it is to show you why you cannot explain it. It's
Go for it.
because you can't have a mind develop without a mind. So it doesn't come from nothing. And that is what we see. So when you say,
Oh,
"Oh, I
actually
can't
can.
explain it," it's not going to be able to be explained, man. Nobody
Yes,
can
you
explain
can. You
that because
can
a
because
mind.
that
Do you know
fetus
why?
doesn't.
We're not talking about a fetus. The fetus, any fetus, is being created in a being that already has a mind. So a mind, it cannot come from no mind. You see,
Then
so
how
it's
come
like
that fetus doesn't have a mind? It has to develop.
which comes from what?
It comes from a person with a mind, but why is it not born with a mind already?
That's not the question. The
But there's
question
the
is,
answer. There's the answer. Think
no,
about it.
that's not
That's the
the
answer.
answer. Holy smokes, man.
Think about it. Think about it. I get what you
Mark
saying.
Twain was
I
right,
get
man.
what you look, MD. I get what you saying, but that once that baby come out, that baby got a brain, it got a heart, it has a skeletal structure made out of cartilage, it has certain features. It doesn't have a
How
mindset.
does a mind come from no mind? So that's
I
the
just
question,
explained it
and
to you.
you're twisting it
That
into something.
fetus doesn't have a mind. I just
Oh,
answered
okay,
you.
okay. Al John, Mr. X, he
It
dropped it.
has a
He
brain, it doesn't have a mind.
okay. So that's what we're saying. We're saying mind. We're not saying brain. Ain't nobody said brain.
My bad, I was sipping. But look, check this out. I already explained it to you.
Bama,
I
man.
literally already explained it to you. It
I
has a
think you
brain, but it
proved.
don't have a
I think
mind.
you proved in the title. Uh,
What? I
are,
forgot what the title was. It was something funny.
are people thinking for themselves? And I don't think. Yeah, the majority of people see. You're gonna find people here that are really thinking for themselves, but
Yeah.
you're also gonna
Mental
find people,
software.
yeah, coming on the
They
panel.
yeah, they have
I mean, he literally said
it's
evolution
mental
is a religion. I've
it's
never heard
mental
that before.
software
I've
installed in
never
their
heard nobody
brains
say evolution is a religion.
that they don't
I
realize,
never heard
MD.
nobody say evolution is a fact. Evolution has
Oh,
always
it's
been
in
a
the
theory my
books.
whole life.
It's in the science books.
Exactly. So
There,
you see, Bama.
show me,
It literally is in the science books. You can
show
look it
me.
up. Like,
I've
show you.
never
Go on
heard that
Google.
evolution was a fact ever.
No, the monkey theory, the monkey thing is a theory.
You
The
just
monkey
said
part is a
theory.
theory,
You
but
proving my
yeah,
point.
no. I'm saying the monk. No. The fact that we come from even that's not a theory. Even they say we come from primates. They say we're a primate, bro, in the
Theoretically,
books. No, like they like you can look it
play.
up on
What's the
Google. They'll
theory?
say a
What's the
human
difference between it? What's the theory?
a theory is a concept of thought, and a law or something that's a fact is like absolute. Like that's what it
No,
is.
that's not what a theory is. You got a hypothesis, a theory, and a fact or a law.
Yeah, theory is a concept. It's like a concept or a thought that's not proven yet.
Everything that come from the mind can be can be a concept. We
Which is
conceptualize
why it's
things.
a
That's what
theory.
the
Yeah,
mind
yeah, it's a
does.
thought. Yeah,
Every thought is a concept. So that's not what I'm asking you.
yeah.
I'm saying because you'll get on the channel and you will say
Bama, all you
things.
got to do is ask this: what's the difference between a theory and a fact?
See, you giving him too much information. I want him to
What,
tell me what's the
what
theory.
you want to
You
talk to
just
him?
gave him. You just gave him the alley oop.
Listen, Bama.
You just gave him the alley hoop.
Plague Doctor has recently come out of school within the last, say, 5 years, right? Maybe a little more. So he's
Yeah, I've been out of
closer
school way
to
longer than
knowing
that.
what the
2020.
curriculum. Yeah, exactly. So he's way closer to knowing the curriculum. You and I have been out for over a decade.
If he
You know,
know that,
so
now I'm gonna use the logic you used on me. If you know it, you know it. He still ain't explained it. So based on your
he
logic, he
told you,
don't
he
know it.
explained it, he told you right away. It's in the textbooks and you can Google it.
See, now
So
you copping please for him because when I
no,
didn't
no,
know,
I'm telling you
you
what he
copping
said was
please.
correct. You're saying
No,
that they
he
don't
said it's a
say.
concept of thought. That's not what a theory
No,
is.
we're talking about evolution being a fact in the textbook. So when you
I've
say,
never heard that
well, that's because you know how
ever.
much it's like, how did you even get a bachelor's degree? Who'd you must have bought that off of somebody,
No,
man. I
MD,
don't.
you create narratives. You said it's a religion. You said it's a fact. I've never heard that. You the first person I ever heard say that.
Okay, all right, all right. What is the criteria for the religion? Give me 3 criterias for a religion.
A belief, a faith in a God or a higher
Yeah.
being.
Okay, a belief,
Belief
right?
in a higher being in a
Oh, okay,
nutshell.
no, a belief, straight up, a belief.
No, because you could
No,
believe that the
it doesn't
sky's
have to
orange.
be.
That's not that doesn't make it a religion.
It doesn't have to be a higher being, because you got people that have
Higher power.
because they have the religion of Satanism, all of that. That they might consider, okay, higher than them.
They're
Other
still
people,
worshiping
God.
something higher than
Okay,
yourself, though, MD.
a belief.
A belief is
So
not, that doesn't make it a religion.
a
I can
belief,
believe in Santa Claus. That doesn't mean Santa Claus is a religion.
a
That's why
belief,
I need a textbook. That way
a
I can
belief
break it down.
a belief is the main criteria. It's the first criteria, right?
No,
What's the first criteria then?
worship of a higher power.
Because of what?
A
Because of a
belief.
belief. Because exactly. So your belief is the main criteria, the first
But
criteria.
just because I believe that the color blue is better than the color red, that doesn't make it a religion.
And
That's why I need a textbook. That's
that's
why I
why I
need a
asked you.
textbook.
That's why I asked you for 3 criteria.
I gave them to you.
3 criteria.
A higher power, faith or belief, and worship.
Say it again.
A higher power, faith or belief, and worship.
Okay, let me find this for you.
See, he has a source that he can check. I don't have that. That's why I didn't want to have an
No,
evolution talk with him.
I'm going
Because I
into
know
this.
that you already got your I know that you
No,
already got your
I
ducks in
didn't
a
have.
row.
Look, if I would have had it, I asked you that
You
because I
looking
want
it
to
up
know.
now
Okay,
though. That's what I'm saying. I'm at a disadvantage.
no, it's not a
You
there
got
is no
something you can
disadvantage.
reference.
We're
I
working on this
don't.
together. We're working
And I'm
on
sipping.
this
And I'm
behavior.
sipping.
On this. All right,
Okay,
look,
okay. Oh, okay. I thought you was
a
trying to.
belief, main
Okay.
criteria, a behavior, right,
No.
and
You
a
said
belonging.
religion. You didn't say
So let's
belief.
just look. Let's
You
just
said
put it as
religion.
the 3 B's. The 3 B's.
Okay.
The 3 B's: belief, behavior, belonging. Right.
Wait. Is that for religion?
For religion.
Okay, can you
And then
read the definition?
it goes into other things like codes of that, but all of that shit is you can't find that in every religion. Some
You
might,
can.
some maybe, some will say they have codes and then don't respect the code. So is that really
But
having a
they
code?
still have codes. They just break the codes. It still has a
Well, that's
code.
the thing. The code, if the code is broken, is it really a code? It's like saying, okay,
Yeah. That's like
we're not
saying if a
racist.
law is broken, is it still a law? Yeah, they'll throw you in
Well,
jail.
it's like a place saying they're not racist, like, but they keep, acting, like they are. So it's
That's
like, wait a
kind of
minute,
different. When you talk about codes and laws and standards and things of that nature, just
they
because
can
it's
be
broken
broken,
or
man.
not respected don't mean that it's not there. That just means people not following it.
So then, what is it? It's not really a code. It's
No,
like
it's
a
still a code. It's a code that's not being
well, no,
followed.
it's being called a code, but it's a code that's not enforced. But it's only enforced with some people. So it's not. There has to be a better name for that.
It's still a code. It's just not enforced.
some man, you know, we got to get into the definitions of stuff. I can't even believe Ephilism is still here, man. He says a fact is objectively verifiable. A belief is what people accept as true, irrespective of evidence. So that's like evolution, basically. And the opinion, well, like I told you before, an opinion is more than belief, but less than positive fact. And this is
A
why
belief is
I
way
harp
stronger
so
than
much
an
on these
opinion.
words, because they're changing even definitions of words. Like there used to
Wait,
be.
Yeah.
MD, I ain't trying to overtalk you. A belief is way stronger than an opinion.
No, it's not, man. What's
Yes,
wrong
it
with you?
is.
Nah, opinions are pretty strong, Bama, though.
Then
People
that's a
will do,
belief.
no, look, people will do crazy stuff because of belief, right? And
Kill.
Right.
Look at the Muslims,
it can
right?
be used,
For
a
Allah.
belief in some part, like what you're saying. I understand what you're trying to say, but I want to put it in the right context. A
Okay.
belief can be used to control a person way more than an opinion, because
Oh yeah.
a belief is like a mental infection in some way. When I
Again.
really look at well, think about it. An opinion is more than a belief, but it's less than a positive fact. So I'll give you an example. People have a belief in a religion, and they say, okay, it says here in our book that anybody working on Sunday needs to be, you know, put down or whatever, right?
Oh
But
my
then
God.
the opinion comes in, and they say, you know what? I believe in this higher power and all of that, but I don't think we should do anything to people that want to work on Sunday, man. I don't think so. My opinion is more than just the belief. So it's
Then
saying, you
you
know
might
what?
as well say a
It's
belief is an opinion.
no, it's not. A belief is less than opinion. You see what I'm saying? A
A
belief
belief
is
is
you,
way superior to an opinion.
man. You know,
People been killing over belief since the beginning of time, MD. A belief is way superior to an opinion.
look,
People
man.
go to war. People go to war over what they believe
No,
in.
see, this is, I'm trying to like put it in a way where you can understand it. A belief can be used to get people to do that, the thing that you're saying. So yeah, we see that. A belief can be used to do that. That does not mean it is more like I'm putting it like in a way where we can differentiate it from an opinion, because you might have a belief in saying, okay, we need to go to war or whatever, right? You know, say in history, just as
Hmm.
an example. And then somebody might have an opinion. They might have the same belief, but then they say, man, you know what, man? I think there's another way. I think there might be a way to avoid this war, or do it with peace, or in this way. So now they have an opinion.
The
And
belief can't contradict the belief. You contradicted the own belief by switching it up.
is
If you
I'm
believe you
talking
should go to
about an
war,
opinion.
then you
I'm talking
believe.
about an opinion and a belief. So it's two different
Yeah,
things.
but you tried to merge them. You can't do it like that because you just said we have the same beliefs, but there's a different way. Then that mean I don't have that belief by
Well, no,
definition.
we have the belief. It means that one person is thinking and the other person isn't. The other person is blindly believing, and the other person believes as well. But then they started to think, saying, wait a minute, you know what? There might be a better way to do this. You know, I
Then
still
they don't
believe.
have that belief no more. They pivoting off of their belief.
They're actually thinking. They're actually saying, you know what? They might have the belief of saying, okay, these people are not good. And then the other person has that, and then they want to go to war. But then the one guy says, you know, he does believe still that they're not good, but he's saying, you know what? I think we can avoid, or you know, this conflict or whatever without a war.
Just
So he didn't change. He
mistrusting
didn't change his
everything you
belief. He
said.
still doesn't trust these people, but he's saying you don't have to go to war, because he's thinking. You see, he's
Yeah, but
thinking of a
you
different
just
way.
changed. You just used a whole different example. I agree with that example, but your first example, you changed the whole belief.
Because I'm trying to get you to understand it. And to get you to understand it, it's like they said, sometimes somebody can't swallow the thing whole. You got to cut it up into pieces. And that's what I'm
No,
trying to
you don't
do.
have to do that. You literally
No,
just
yes,
switched
I
from
do,
one
because you
belief
wouldn't
to another
understand it.
belief. I heard
You know
you.
how many things that
We
I
can
had to
rewind it.
do? You know how many things I had to do to try to explain things to you? It's a friend told me years ago, this guy said, you can't feed a baby steak, man. He saw me give a lecture. And when I gave the lecture, that was what he had to tell me after the lecture. And he was a very smart guy. And I was like, wow, man. I was like, I said, I hear what you're saying. I said, I understand. He said, yeah, man, sometimes you're going to have to chop it up. You're going to have to make it into bite-sized pieces so people can understand it. And even then, people are not going to understand it because, like we said, the
You can add
zombification.
whatever condescending
You
remark.
know
You
what I got to
changed your
remember, and
example.
this is what
You
everybody
changed
needs to
it.
remember. This is an example of why people shouldn't drink alcohol, because you've been sipping on that and you have not
Hey
gotten
y'all, well, why
like,
did it let me know
I
if
heard,
y'all
look,
heard me switch it
I
up?
heard actually, I don't know how much you drink, and it's not my business, but I heard if you drink a certain amount, I think over the years, I think it leads to brain issues too. I could be tripping though.
yeah, well,
Well,
that's the thing.
let's compare
Bama
me to
and
you.
Bama, I say this because I care about you, man. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah. I
I
want to
have
compare
not
me to Plague Doctor
look,
real
I
quick.
have not seen you get better in this last hour. It's like you were going just like downhill because of what you're sipping on. If you were not
No, I'm
sipping
doing
on
pretty
that,
good.
we would have a more productive conversation. But as the time went on and what you're sipping on started to affect your brain or your
You trying to
mind,
discredit me.
no, I'm showing that the conversation did not get better. So
The
it's like a
conversation
commercial. This should be I should
100% got
contact
better.
Yeah,
Alcohol Anonymous to say,
yeah.
look, I got a
Uh-huh.
commercial for you
Mm-hmm.
live. You know,
Right.
Neoverse says you guys are married to the evolution theory and you fear the divorce like there's no tomorrow. That's a good to see you, Neoverse, man. Always, man. And yeah,
Okay, so
Ephilism
all right.
is I mean, he's hurt, man. He's hurt. Oh, we got the mind up in here. What's up, bro?
Hey,
Good to
how's it
see you.
Ooh,
going?
this
The
finna get
mind.
good.
How
Yeah,
are
man.
you?
What time
Always
is
with
it?
the knowledge. I think it's on
21 minutes.
mute. So,
He
oh,
has
you
his
got
own
Yo,
channel.
yo.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
yeah, he
Appreciate you for coming
definitely.
in.
I think
What
Ephilism is triggered, man. Yeah,
What does he
mine.
talk about?
You got anything, mine?
I just wanted to say I was so smart. I actually had to drink alcohol for to like
To
dumb
slow you
myself
down.
down to the
Yep.
level of all these people. No offense, that I was debating, and yeah, I think I'm exactly where I need to be. I don't drink alcohol no more, just for the record, but it does
Mhm.
lower your IQ. I can agree to that,
So,
and
oh, I
I
was
think
right. Okay, I was
and
just
I
making. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, and I think I had to do that just to be honest because I was too smart.
I caught what you said too, and I agree
Wait,
with you, the
why
man.
why were you thinking that you're too smart?
I was unable to communicate with the rest of the sheeple.
He
I
was
like
so
that
smart,
sheeple.
MD. Sometimes some high IQ people lack an irritability
No, I
as a
understand what he's
consequence.
saying because you
Yeah.
can't be like if you're engaging in certain activity, like say going to a football game or something, right? You have to be dumbed down, like just to go there. You have to be, it's like why am I
Yeah.
even here watching these guys chasing a ball? And nothing against people that want to watch ball chasers, but
Yeah. Ball
it it,
chasers.
it makes me wonder. It's like,
It
couldn't we
never
be
made
doing
sense to
something
me.
more productive than this? Or like going to, if you look at nighttime activities, especially, and
Or
a
clubs.
sports game, right? Sports game is another venue for alcohol. People go out to dinner at night. What's there? Alcohol. They go out to a club. Alcohol. They inundate society with alcohol because it's easier to rule a nation of drunks than sober people.
You don't have
And
to drink the
Yep.
bottle of
Yep.
liquor though.
yeah,
You don't
and
have
now
to
this is
drink
the
the
thing.
alcohol.
If we don't want to be susceptible to this because there might be irreversible damage. So that's the scary thing about dumbing yourself down. The other alternative is kind of isolation, which to a point it
Make
gets
you
tough.
crazy.
Yeah, it gets tough. But again, you look at it, it's like, okay, um, again, it fits the zombie apocalypse theory, the zombie apocalypse of the mentally dead. And we're trying to survive that. And what Mind is saying is that for him to go into these spaces, he has to literally limit or lessen or disguise is a better word, his intelligence. So he disguises his intelligence. It's like I was saying earlier, Dave, if I agree with you, you're gonna be cool. The only
I like the
reason,
disagreements, bro. That's how you debate. You can't
well,
debate if we
it's
both
not about
agree.
debate. It's not about debate because debate is not good. Debate comes from the word debauch. It means to beat each other up. You want to have a conversation so we can learn and we can say, hey, you know what? Um,
Exactly.
yeah, and this is what makes us grow a little more. Like I think Neoverse mentioned something about
I want to
like
talk to Plague after you
evolution
get done.
in the chat. He said scientific theory. Wait, let me see. It's over here. Theory,
A theory
evolution
being well
describe. See, and
substantiated.
this is the thing. Adaptation, not evolution, describes small biological changes within the species. See, that's the thing, within the species. And evolution will try to say, oh, well, that's evolution. This is evolution. Everything is evolution now. So, but that's not
Yeah,
accurate. You know what I'm saying? We have to say, hey, you know what? When like the E. coli experiment, they try to say, oh, that's the
That one
greatest
right
evolution
there.
experiment, proving that things evolve. And I'm saying that is adaptation within the E. coli bacteria life form going to different edges of an extreme. So it's still bacteria, it's still E. coli, it's just adjusting to different environments that they put it in over many generations. And that experiment, when you really look into, they also kind of skewer it in a way to where it's like, nah, they're not really doing it. If they really did it proper, it would disprove evolution more than anything that could be considered close to proving it, because it doesn't
You
change into another life form. It stays
I
bacteria.
don't remember that being what evolution ever said. I don't remember
Your
ever
thing is
hearing that
coming
it
in low,
changes
man.
into a.
Your thing is coming in low.
Can you
what? Yo, you
can you
believe
hear
in
me?
evolution, Bama?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you got to talk a little louder now. I don't know if what happened.
Oh man, no, I was gonna say, bro, I don't remember that being really a part of evolution, that you become a
Oh,
whole
brother.
new species. Who said that? Was that
wait,
you,
wait,
Praise
wait, wait,
Doctor?
wait.
How about
Okay,
can
wait,
me
wait.
and
So
Praise
what
Doctor
is
have a
the?
back and forth real quick?
Wait,
Cause he
let the
got a lot
mind
of
speak. Wait, hold on. Go ahead, mind.
Okay, you said that's not part of evolution. What is the evolutionary tree then? What is that all about? Because yeah, what is that? What do you think that is? The evolutionary tree.
I think that just shows how we are all related. I don't think like okay, I have a cousin. I can never become my cousin, but I am related to my cousin. Does that make sense to you?
Okay, so you're saying that all life forms are related to each other? Is that what you're saying?
Well, somebody got up here and said that we got 50% chromosomes of a banana, so I guess so. And a banana's not even a life form.
I'm just trying to figure out what you believe. Is that what you
I
believe, that
believe,
that
I
all life
believe,
is
okay,
connected
ooh,
and
all right, you
related?
asked me the right question. I'm gonna tell you what I believe. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. This is what I believe. We all come from bacteria. Everything comes from bacteria.
How do
The
you know that?
bacteria, the bacteria, I'm telling you what I believe. Can I tell
Okay,
you
so
what I
no
believe?
proof is required. All right, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, that's why I said belief.
Okay.
So can I
Yeah.
tell you what I believe?
Yeah,
Can
go
I tell
ahead.
you my theory? Okay, thank you. All right. So we are bacteria coded in certain sequences that gets the final result. And the final result is the life form that you're looking at. That's my belief. It's that simple.
Okay.
If you add mutation to that
Oh,
coding,
okay. Now that belief, right, that you
right?
have,
Yeah.
you didn't just think of that when you were a kid. You didn't just make that up. You got that from the theory of evolution, the
No, I
bacteria.
didn't.
So how did you get the notion? When did you first hear about bacteria?
School.
Okay, so just like the title, you're not thinking for yourself. School implanted that in your mind. And then how did you get the theory that the bacteria turns into human beings?
Yeah, but I can make that
No, no,
argument
no.
about the
How did you get that?
research.
How did you get
I
that?
can make that argument about the
No, no,
research you
I'm
used to write
asking
your
you. So
books.
I'm
That's not
asking you,
that didn't come from you. That
Bama,
came
I'm
from other
asking you.
sources.
Okay, so
Wait, okay, so
it
what you
came
say?
from where? So bacteria, understanding about bacteria came from school, and then the belief, your
I can
belief
make
that
this same
bacteria
argument
turns into
about your
people.
books that you wrote.
So it came into where? Where did that belief come from for you?
That
Like
belief
what
came
made
from
you
me
believe
putting the belief, the same way with your books that you wrote, the belief came from me taking other information and piecing it together myself, just like the books you wrote.
where did that information come from? That other information.
It came from other people, just like the books you wrote.
All right. So check this out.
He's being specific.
You're getting it from school and other people. So like the title of the stream,
Just like the books you
you're
wrote.
proving what I tried to title the stream, what I titled the stream. Are people thinking for themselves? So you're not thinking for yourself. You
But
got
if you
you.
wrote your books off
No,
other people's
it
research,
ain't
are you
about. It
thinking
ain't
for
about.
yourself?
Don't try to project. Don't try to
I'm not
renegade.
projecting.
Project.
I'm
Oh
saying you
man.
being
You
you being
you trying to
hypocritical.
squeeze away. Don't
No,
squirm.
no, no. I'm not squeezing
Look,
away. I'm
all
saying
right.
everybody,
So then, all right. Don't
everybody
squirm.
learns from everybody. The information,
Yeah.
the
Yo, why
information
though?
that
Well,
Yo,
you
you
I know you
funny.
should come on the stream.
Yeah,
the
man.
Go ahead.
information that you get from other sources, just like the book
Listen,
that you wrote.
listen,
So you being
listen.
hypocritical with this stream by
I
saying,
didn't base my life belief on that. You see what I'm saying?
but you base the research of the
I'm
book
asking
off
you.
of that.
I'm asking you that, showing you that you're not thinking for yourself. Like saying, look, man, you're over here telling me we came from bacteria, and you got that from school. You got that from the evolution theory. But like I said earlier, what you've been sipping on has affected over this hour, man. Anybody can look back at it and see the degradation of your thoughts and your
MD,
conversation.
let me ask you a
Bro,
question.
you were
What
a little sharper, if you know, if that's the proper word, but
see
or maybe weren't
condescending? I
as
like it
dull.
though. I like
You
it.
know,
That was a
weren't as dull is
that
probably
was a
Yeah.
more
smooth
accurate.
shot. That was a
So
smooth
it has nothing
shot.
to do with being sharp. You weren't as dull in the
No,
beginning
I said shot.
of this conversation.
SHOT shot. That was a smooth shot. You smooth with your shooting. You a smooth shooter. I like it. But let me ask you a question. So with the books that you wrote, with the information that you use from other
But we're
people,
not
are
talking
you
about that on this channel, man.
okay? Okay. Let me
I
ask
wrote
you.
two
Let me
books. Look,
finish with this.
I wrote, Bama, I wrote two books that we
Are
can
you
talk
thinking for
about.
yourself?
No, we
Nightmare on
wrote
Sperm
two books.
Street.
Yeah, because all right, the book
Don't
Secret
name it. He
Word.
said we can't name the books.
Oh,
No,
you
no,
can't.
we can
Oh,
name two books. The two books I wrote, Spellcaster and Secret Words, that deals with this channel. So
Oh, okay, okay,
okay.
okay.
Spellcaster, secret
Spellcaster
word.
and Secret Words. Secret Words deals with anagrams, right? So now these two
I
books are
haven't
under
heard
my
that
author
word in so
name.
long.
It's under Sydney
You can
Prince
go into
on
those.
Amazon. Huh?
You can go into those. I didn't know about those.
Yeah, so those two books. Tomorrow I'm gonna have the StreamYard thing because I'm waiting for the PayPal thing to the Cash App thing to come thing. And so then I could show the pictures. But the whole the book Secret Words I wrote about anagrams. So the anagrams is taking a phrase or a word using the exact same letters, every letter, not adding any letter. So you take a word and you can mix it around and form another word or phrase. So like for instance, let
So
me
like
see. Okay.
Scrabble.
Yeah, kind of like, well, not scrap, but scrambling it around. But remember, you can't leave a letter out and you can't add a letter. So you must use every letter in there.
That's kind of hard.
And
Like
it is
Scramble. It's a game like
this is what
Scramble.
makes it now this is what I found odd, and this is to show you that I was thinking when I wrote this book Secret Words, is that I said, okay, let me take certain words like
Ooh, I got one or two, but I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go.
yeah, all right, cool. So words like I think it was when they talked about Omicron and Delta, right? So they had those two words. They try to say, okay, these are different types. We got the Omicron here and we got the Delta here. Now, if you take the word Omicron and Delta and you take the letters to rearrange it to form two different words, it can spell the two words media control.
I got another one for you. That was a great one. I got another one for you, MD. That came on my head.
Okay,
If
I
you
this is
got
a
take
one
good
a
one
too.
too. And I got to thank Al Johnson. And yeah, he says Clint Eastwood, you can take those letters
oh the
and
West,
spell the word Old West action.
you know what
So
this
now,
is? Go ahead,
this is the thing, this is the odd thing, and this is to prove to you, Bama, many than just one thing. Is to show you that I wrote that book thinking. So it wasn't like I was just believing. So I'm thinking and I'm saying, hey, you know what? Not only, and I don't think I mentioned this in the book, but thank you, Al Johnson. Clint Eastwood, what is he associated with? Old West action movies. So now
And it's
that to
similar to
me is a little more
gematria.
than a coincidence. It's not like you
Yeah.
taking the word Clint Eastwood and forming the word the red boat, which has no relation to Clint Eastwood, but West Action does. And so that's what fascinated me when I looked at some of these anagrams, saying that maybe there's a language hidden within the language of English. The fact that we have
So
anagrams, the
yeah.
fact that certain words, when you look
So
up the definition, you'll say, wow,
yeah.
I never knew that word meant that.
But
So it really makes you wonder. Like I had some of the files. I'll see if I can look them up. But you had something, Plague?
I was gonna say they actually have something that's similar to that. Not exactly that, but similar that's gematria, where it's letters and numbers association too.
Your
And
mic is a little muffled.
oh, my bad, my bad. I was gonna say there's something very similar to that called gematria, with association with letters and numbers. Obviously, if you knew about that already,
Yeah, gematria.
and
Yeah, I've heard of it.
yeah, yeah,
Jumanji.
and Jumanji, gematria, and then they and if you think of the word live, right? If you put that backwards, live backwards is evil. So if you live backwards and do things that are unnatural, you're doing wicked things that are
Okay,
evil.
so evil,
And
yeah, it can be
and it
spelled
and
through
it
the word.
lived spelled backwards is devil.
Yes, yes.
So
So
I think
that,
that's crazy. So yeah,
okay.
everything backwards is the
So it's
devil
more it's
and
more
stuff like
than an
that.
Love
anagram.
spelled backwards is evil.
What they call that is a like they have a thing called a palindrome and an anadrome. So words that can spell another word when read from front to back and back to forward, which is what you were saying with
God,
live and
dog.
evil. And then there's words that when you spell them from front to back, it spells the exact same word, like race car.
Pops.
So if you take
Dad.
race car backwards is race car. So they have words that they spell backwards and they spell a different word, and then others that will spell the same exact word. So now what I'm saying is the anagram, like you don't find this to be odd that you can take the word television and in the word television you can spell TV is one lie.
All right, come on. All right. At first we was kind of come on, MD. Come on.
All right, you know
That
what?
gotta be that serious?
I'm getting it. I put this in the book, so I'm finding the stuff from my files. Let me just get it over here.
VTEL, like,
I
wow.
got the files here. Where is that file? Man, I got to organize stuff a little bit better. Okay, so this is the book. Hopefully, it lets me share this properly. Where's the share screen? Image. Thank goodness it lets me do this. Oh, okay. I got to do it this way. All right. I'm seeing the way. All right. So, and I know it sounds, and this is why I wrote the book because it almost sounds uh unbelievable. It's like you said,
Yeah,
you're like,
that
yo,
was
come
pretty
on, man.
unbelievable. I'm not gonna
All right.
lie.
So
Yeah.
that's the book, right? So now that's the book we can talk about. That's the book I wrote. It's on Amazon, Secret Words. Now let me find
I'm gonna buy it.
the other
I'm gonna
file.
try and buy it.
So in this book here is chapters television. Okay. And I color coded it in the book. So we see the word television, right? On top. TV is one lie. And then below it, I show how you can color code and get every single letter and it spells the phrase TV is one lie. This is unbelievable almost, right?
Yeah, it's scary a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to
It's
you.
scary, right? So this is what got me to write this book, to say, wow, this is fascinating. So this is the book, it's showing Bama that I got different genres I write in, and I more rather write in the knowledge sector. One, there's less drama. Two, I think it's more important, really. So when I look at TV is one lie, and that is spelt from the word television. You don't find that like
It's right there in our
right.
faces, man.
This is
Yeah.
kind of odd. Now, not only that, right? You can spell this phrase. Television also spells tone is evil. So I
MD, can
Interesting.
I ask you a question?
yeah.
What am I supposed to do with this? information.
This is
It's
called
food for thought.
thinking. This is called
Yeah,
thinking.
food for
So
thought. Yeah.
I know it might be a new concept, man, but
Yeah.
No,
this
I'm
is
saying is there some kind of underlying, like I could take the
It's not a
word
self-help
dad,
book.
I could take the word dad and spell ad. DADADD. I could take the word dad and spell ad. Like, does that mean
okay.
anything?
Okay,
Or
now you
I
can
can take the word
now
dad
what
and
I'm
spell
saying
dad.
now what I'm saying is when you take the word dad and you can spell the word ad, do you see a relation between those two words?
Dad ads.
This is creepy as hell, yo. What the
You see what I'm
hell,
saying? And that's why I wrote this book.
bro?
See, Plague Doctor, you get it because you think in
Yeah,
secret
yeah,
words,
yeah.
you know,
Because
and this is an updated cover, you know, and Spellcaster,
yeah,
I mean, I wrote that back in 2016. I would
yeah,
have to revise it, I think, but it's good the way it is right now. I mean, I only put it
yeah.
for $3. So I don't see, I think it's still
$3.
$3. I'm not sure, but
Okay.
um, you know, this is something good to see you, Tasha. Always a pleasure. She says, I quit watching TV as much as I did once. I realized it was a bunch of lies and misleading. Absolutely.
Social media, but pew pew, Tasha. Social media is a new TV, so you got to quit that soon or calm that down too.
Yeah, it's tough, man. But when I looked at stuff like this, so not only is television
Hey, take the
spelling,
word social media and spell something. Then I'll be
well,
kind
well,
of
Ooh,
convinced.
yeah, that would be interesting. That would
yeah.
be
So,
interesting.
this is see now you're thinking, Bama. If you could take a piece of paper, if you got a pencil and a paper, write the word out, and you can do the little puzzle thing and say, okay, let me see what this word spells, and that's what I did with this word, and I couldn't even believe. I mean, I had to check this like many times to say, wait a second, am I using every letter? Am I, you know, I'm not adding any letters.
Is
And I'm
someone
saying, I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, this is crazy because not only is television saying TV is one lie, but then cable television spells noticeable evils.
if someone says you have a tinfoil hat after reading this book, I truly believe they're cheating,
Yeah,
man. They're
well, this
gone.
is why I put the tinfoil face on my avatar. So you know what I'm saying? I said I'm going beyond the tinfoil hat. Now, what do we see on cable television? We see bestial violence. This also spells bestial violence, and that's why I color coded it beneath it to show that all the yellow letters spell bestial, and all the red
Bestial
letters
violence.
spell violence. So it's easier for the reader to say, "Oh, wow, this guy did the work for me." Right now, thank you, Mr. X Al Johnson. He says astronomer it can be changed around to put in moon starer. Now, how is it that you have a moon starer, somebody that stares at the moon, is synonymous, is a part of being an astronomer? To say, oh, what do I do? Well, I've looked at the moon through the telescopes and stuff. The fact that the two words are related, it's not like it's saying a word that's unrelated to an astronomer. Is you know the is the shocking thing. I can't believe Ephilism is still here, man. Anagrams for American zombie, zombie maniac. Well, that is not. You got to spell words. We're not going with er as an abbreviation. Bizarre maniac. That doesn't spell maniac. And then zombie crime. Arion. I thought that was spelled with a Y. So again, you failed. You see? So you're trying, and you know, he's
Hey,
just.
MD, I ain't gonna lie, MD funny.
Yeah,
MD funny. I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie.
I mean, this dude, and I'm so glad he
he
trolls.
was
I thank
trying.
my trolls. Yo,
Yeah,
Ephilism,
he puts an effort, MD. You gotta give him some credit.
I give him credit, man. Ephilism is one level of troll that he's cool. He's cool. You know
Oh,
what I'm
this
saying?
man is starting to become my favorite person on YouTube. That was funny. Okay, that was funny.
And so I'm just looking for some other ones that I
Well,
had that in the chapter.
you in my
That's
top
in the
10. You in
chapter.
my top 10.
Well, that's it. Thank you. And that's in the chapter television. Chapter 1 is conspiracy, chapter 2 is television, and I'm looking for
Yeah.
chapter you're gonna be shocked if you think now older people remember, and remember this is in secret words, Sidney Prince.
Did that say Walter
Walter
White?
Cronkite. Now, Walter
Oh.
Cronkite was one of the well-known father figures in television, in the brainwashing of the nation, right? So if you rearrange Walter Cronkite's, like he was the, way before these newscasters, he was the cemented newscaster. His name, Walter Cronkite, can be respelled as network recital. That's crazy. The fact that he's reciting what the networks wants him to recite, and that's what his name actually is. It makes me wonder, is it a fictional name? Is it,
I'm not gonna lie to you, that's a good one because that goes into programming the mind. That's a good one.
exactly. And this is why I'm saying that it programs the mind, and it makes me wonder. Now, when I looked at some really deep ones, right? Like I'm trying to get a good one now, like Walt Disney. I mean, these
No, I
actually,
don't think you're gonna get no deeper than that one.
well, this one here. All right, no, that's not the one. That's the Walt Disney one that
It
says. Now,
managed my
this is kind of
Yeah, you're
weird.
not gonna
The
get no
fact
deeper
that
than
you
that
can
one.
spell Walt
Walt
Disney's
Disney.
Magical Kingdom spells
Oh shit.
it managed my scowling kids. Now, what do people bring their kids to Walt Disney for? To manage their scowling kids.
Yeah.
All right, now look at this. Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom spells giant ads welcoming my kids.
Oh shit. What
You see
the
what I'm saying?
fuck,
How
bro?
this is
This is
and
literally what
it's
Disney
funny.
does.
It just this is what's funny is that every time I look at the chat, that you're not getting it. This is
Oh, he said, "What
hilarious.
am I not getting?" Oh, he generally wants to get it, I guess.
This dude is good. This dude's good. But right? Isn't this crazy? Giant ads welcoming my
That's
kids.
literally what Disney is. That's literally
That's
what
what
you see in the
Disney
parking
is.
lots in the
I don't
yeah.
know what I can do with this information. I'm
Bro,
just
okay, wait, let me help back. Let me
Bama,
say, MD.
didn't you just say that it is programming the mind? So what you
Yeah.
can do with this is prevent your mind
So
from being programmed.
exactly, it's protection, it's information, it's knowledge. Knowledge is power. Gotta
Exactly.
load. It's
Exactly.
not telling you how to get girls. It's not telling you how
all
to run
right.
a
So should
game. You
we
know.
all burn our TVs and while we at it, we need to get rid of
I'm
these
not saying to
phones. You know,
burn your
social
TV.
media.
I'm
You know,
saying
social
I'm
media.
saying I'm saying
To
to
be
shield your
aware,
mind. I'm
be
saying protect
aware,
your mind, man.
and you gotta be aware to do that. Which
Now,
is
when
this
we look
book.
at liberal
Y'all
media,
sound like me. I'm the one that speak on awareness and psychology.
Oh my!
dag, Bama.
Hey, y'all the biology guys. I'm Mr.
Bama, look
Psychology.
at the next example. Liberal media can be rearranged to spell admirable lie.
Do one for conservative. Do conservative.
No,
Ooh,
I'm
yeah.
not
Well,
concerned. What? Because I said that I'm conservative? Come on,
No,
man.
no, no. Do one. That's not what I said. I didn't say that.
What did you say?
Do one for conservative. I didn't say you.
All right,
That
I'm
ain't what I
looking.
said.
I'm looking. Chapter 6, I think is no, chapter 4 is politics. Why don't you get the book, Bama?
it seems like you're more interested in than you think you are. Oh, he wants it for free. Oh,
You know,
MD, he wants the free,
yeah, exactly.
freebie,
Get the
free
book.
lunch.
It's like,
Oh
come
my
on, man.
God, bro, you the
You know
biggest
what? You know what,
cheerleader,
Bama? You
man.
know
I
how
need to
I
hire
am a
you as a hype
cheerleader.
man.
Despite I am a hype
Bama,
man.
this
You
book
are a
is
nut hugger.
Bama.
Yep.
This book is less than the price of a bottle of tequila. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, so now look at this
Bro.
word. The president.
That man is smooth with his shots. I gotta give it to him. That was a
All right,
good
Yo,
now,
one.
you'd be a good salesman, MD too. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
you a
lie.
good hype man. You a good hype man.
I am all right. I am.
You a
Bama
good
just
little cheerleader.
waiting. He just wait.
Oh.
Now
MD, you
you
need
tell
to
me.
make a picture.
Now look at
You
this
need to
word. Look
make a
at this
picture
word.
with that face on it. He'll be the first one to buy the shirt. He gonna buy it before Whiteo do.
Okay, now look at this.
Yeah.
You wanted one for the right
Why
wing, right?
go?
You wanted one for the right wing. The
Yeah, here we
Republicans,
go.
when rearranged, spells the phrase "are the spin club."
Spin club.
Now you
What?
know what
I
a
agree with
spin is,
that one.
right?
I agree with that.
Oh, we talking
I
about
agree
like
with that.
spinners?
No, the spin
They spin
doctors.
narratives, bro. They spin narratives. Come
Exactly,
on, keep
exactly.
up.
They
Keep
spin the
up.
narrative. That's what they call the spin doctors. So they'll take a story and spin it into, what they want to spin it into, whether making it
Alternative
worse. Like,
facts.
yeah, saying, oh, these people did this, and they'll
I ain't gonna
spin
get
it. So
started.
the Republicans, now I find this kind of odd. This is something to show you, like Bam was saying, it can,
Wait, wait, wait,
you know what I'm saying?
wait, wait.
It can program the mind.
I'm lost with this one.
So
So
you don't
Spinning
understand. All
when
right,
you spin them,
wait, wait,
when
wait,
you
wait,
have
wait.
when
No,
you
no, not that, not that, not that, guys. I'm saying so The Republicans are the spin club. So this wasn't turned into a new word, right?
Well, no,
None of them are turned
these
in.
are all new words. Look. This is Republic. The Republicans can spell the 4 words that say are the spin club. So when you look at this, isn't it odd that if we put the word that we can spell from the first 2 words, the Republicans, it matches it and kind of completes a sentence. The Republicans are the spin club. So it's a message within a message, like this one here. German politics can be rewritten as liars competing.
What the? Oh,
You see, so when I
wow.
say that English might be a language hidden within a language, secret words, this is why, and I have a lot of stuff to write secret words part 2. So I just, life
Part
happens, you
two.
know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So, but I haven't even sold a lot of copies of these. I would like to support myself by writing and
Yeah.
selling knowledgeable books, but, you know, it just
MD, I'm gonna give you some game. Can I give you some game real
oh
quick?
man, remember we can't talk about that here, man.
No. I'm using it in a
But
different
we can't. We
context.
got to be very, very. We got to abide by the YouTube guide.
Well, I'm gonna give you some information.
Okay.
They got all these little CGI apps and things of that nature where you can create stuff. Why don't you animate your books to a degree to market them? If you
I
Does that
should.
make? Do
It
you
does.
understand what I'm saying to you?
It does take a lot, and you're right. I should do that. Like even Scribe was telling me I should promote my other books. I'm honestly those other books I put them out there if they help people find, and I should promote them. But he already knows, and other
All
people
right,
know. My
man.
heart
This
is
is
more
all right.
toward this. Like this right
This
here.
shit is creepy right
Right,
here,
this is
man.
crazy, right? This is
Goosebumps. Can't go to sleep. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
right, unbelievable. When I looked at
Yeah,
this, I
yeah.
said, "Wait a minute, man!"
All
And
right,
the
you
fact
reaching with this one. You reaching.
when you see that
What he reaching?
word
Oh,
spell,
come on. But it's right there in your
Wait.
face.
Now I want the honorary plague doctor to break down the complexity of what he's seeing.
you know,
Come on,
Bama, I can
let's
only
don't be too quick,
Bama,
plague
Bama,
doctor.
I
Come on,
can't
explain it to me.
remember. I gotta keep remembering that you almost finished with that bottle right now, so that has to be taking effect on your mind.
Yeah.
See, you gonna always be
I ain't
able
gonna
to
lie,
get
it's
that
low
off
key
because I
true.
am drinking. I am drinking.
Okay,
Matter of
MD,
fact,
can I
pour
ask a
me.
question?
I'm gonna give you 20 more
Yo, the
minutes.
mind, what's up?
Okay,
Yeah.
so do you think any of this maybe contributed to, because you said it has to be more than coincidence, right? So is there a difference between synchronicities and coincidences, or is it just all like a planned control thing?
I think English, and this is the thing. English is less than 500 years old. So it's a very new language. And that's something that people don't think about. Like I was saying, most
I
people
didn't
don't
know
think.
that.
We would think that English is 1,000 years or 2,000 years old, right? But when we look at it, we start to say, man, English is a pretty new language. And it seems that it was created to limit the mind. But in its creation, it seems that something or someone allowed things to slip through the cracks, like these anagrams, the way that they can spell words to either keep you programmed or free your mind.
That's why
Either
etymology is such an important thing,
exact.
man. I
And
gotta
in
look
the
into that.
etymology, when
I
we
need to
look
look
into the
into that.
etymology, the roots of these words, we get an even another message. When we see words like government is basically translates in Latin to restriction of the mind, mente, the mind, mentis, and govern, to restrict, to limit, to hold back, like the governor of a car or the governor of a state. So we have that. We have entertainment. So again, the mind, the ment part of that, mente, and entertain means to
Mental.
distract, to divert, to hold the attention of. So it literally means to hold the attention of what? Mente, the mind. Entertainment means to distract the mind, to hold the attention of the mind.
But what? Why come it can't mean enter
Now,
the
wait,
mind?
Emma. Now we say let's test that against reality. So does entertainment distract the mind? Yes. Does it hold the
It
attention of the
enters the
mind?
mind
Yes. So
too.
now
Why
we
come it can't
know
mean?
this. This
Okay.
is how we
All right.
mathematically, in a way, check the definition of a word. And this is very important because when somebody says, well, evolution means this, it means that, it means that, and we say, no, no, no. Evolution comes from, again, Latin, meaning to unfold, the way a thing might unfold. And they took that word and they changed it around to say it means, oh, adaptation, that's evolution. That's no, no. If we allow this to go, by the time the next generation comes, they're going to be indoctrinated. They're not
They
going to know
already
what
are, man. They're shit
exactly.
hopeless. They're hopeless. I'm sorry.
Can
Hopeless,
Yeah.
you
exactly.
can
So
you
what I'm
have
trying to do is,
evolution
what I'm trying to
without
do, Bama, is
adaptation?
I'm trying to leave some knowledge for the younger generation. It's because we're in 3 different generations. I'm in mine, Generation X. I think your Generation Y, and people younger is Generation Z, right?
Yeah, and the
So,
baby boomers still here too.
well, the baby boomers,
They're dying
that's older
off.
than me, and
They
I
still
don't
They're
here.
know.
That
dying
doesn't
off.
mean that they not here. They still here,
Well,
so it
they
still
here, but I'm
matters.
saying on this panel right
Man,
now,
yeah, go
we got
ahead.
3
That's the
generations on this
biggest
panel.
generation. They probably still the biggest generation,
Who,
even though they
boomers?
dying off.
We're
You
not
said
talking
boomers?
about.
Boomers are the
Why you
biggest?
think they
Oh.
coming out with automation? Cause it's to
See, and this
replace
is this
them.
is this is the tequila speaking again. The tequila. I'm trying to tell you that on this panel we have 3 different generations, and I'm trying to make sure that there's some type of knowledge left for the younger generation, who right now it belongs to people in their 20s. Right? You're in the middle trying to stop me from disseminating this
Your
information. So
narrative.
you is like zombie guarding or something, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to show things
So,
in a
yeah.
book that I wrote to help people, and to just to get them to question sometimes what's going on, to say, hey
The
man,
words they
don't
see
you
around
find this
them.
a little odd? But I think the mind, like, what were you saying again? The mind about you had said
No,
something.
I was just wondering if you thought if it was just all strategically planned or if it was maybe like
Of
some kind of
course.
weird.
Yeah, I do
Of
think.
fucking
Yeah, I do think it was
course.
strategic.
This shit ain't
I
no
don't think it's
coincidence.
coincidence. Yeah, there's no such thing
Come
as a
on,
coincidence.
bro.
Yeah,
Come
there's no such
on.
thing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you look at
Well,
it.
because also, I mean, there's like higher powers too when it comes to like spiritual entities. Do you believe in spirits?
Well, I would
I
say that there's something more than the physical. I don't
yes.
see why there wouldn't be, and
Yes.
there's more evidence than not to prove that points toward there is. You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
And this
look
is
at
I
again,
mean, the fact that they
CERN,
can't
bro.
explain
again,
consciousness.
this is another reason why I say evolution is even it's just the way the language and all of that is, it's orchestrated and all this. Evolution was a well orchestrated lie to keep people away from thinking that there was something more than the body. You see, so they cannot in no way, shape,
Wait,
or
what?
form explain consciousness. They try to lie once again and say that consciousness is created by chemicals and certain things in the mind, which is totally unproven. Like there's scientists like Rupert Sheldrake, who has the morphogenic field theory and stuff, saying that the mind projects further than the body and stuff like that. And it's
Hey,
really deep. See, this is the type of stuff that if
And
people
that's how
were
you
to
think about the
talk about
future.
it, and the first thing is to know that evolution is not a fact; it's a well orchestrated lie. So even if Rupert Sheldrake or one of these guys tries to go back into that and say, "Well, when we evolved," what do you mean when we evolved? Now you're going back into fairy tales? No, your
hey,
theory.
well, we're fairy tale.
Exactly. His theory
You're
on
funny.
morphogenic fields is great, but don't try to bring in the religion of evolution now on this. And that's what they try to do every time. They will try to bring in the religion of evolution, like even with alternative researchers with ancient civilization, ancient high-tech
Yeah.
civilizations. They'll say, yeah, but then when we evolved, it's like, what do you mean evolved? Now they're going back to the fairy tale. They try to tell me when a princess kisses a frog, that's a fairy tale. But a frog turning into a prince over 1 billion years, that's not a fairy tale. So they're both fairy tales. You got the fairy tale of the princess kissed the frog, he turns into a prince. That's a fairy tale. Then the other fairy tale is evolution. The frog magically changes into other life forms until he becomes a prince. That's a
MD, you
fairy tale.
said something that kind of threw me off. I'm finna be so for real with this one. Now you
Man,
spoke
that
on
bottle was getting to you, man.
chemicals.
I could hear
Yeah, you
the
can try
way
to
that
discredit
bottle
with
has you
yeah,
pushed back
yeah.
into the
Watch
chair.
this
You,
question though. Watch this
you
question.
sound like it puts you back in the chair, man.
You're not gonna be able to discredit me because I'm finna come with a good
I'm
question.
not discrediting you. I'm
No, no,
explaining
no.
you,
You
man.
you you keep going to the bottom when it's
I'm
convenient.
describing you, man.
Okay. Now watch me describe this question. Let me know when you're ready for it.
Go ahead.
So you said you spoke on the mind and chemicals, and you said they trying to tell us that the mind is a chemical experience. Is that what you said? Something along those lines?
They're trying to say, and they try to make this up because it's not a fact. They're
Hmm.
trying to say that their theory again is to say that the mind is created by the brain. So the chemicals in the brain do something magical, which they try to call fact,
Hmm.
and it creates the brain, which the mind, which there's no observable evidence. There's no the mind's. There's a theory of the brain being a receiver for consciousness. That makes more sense.
Oh yeah, I was just about to
Okay,
say
so
that.
check this out, MD. Check this out. Are
Here
you
it goes.
telling me you could have a mind
Here it
with no
goes.
brain?
Oh my goodness, man.
Can you have a mind with no
I know
brain?
where he's
Damn.
trying to go with this. He's trying to go into the mind coming from no mind, the original
No,
question.
no, 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 no. That's not where I'm trying to go. And you shouldn't. Don't
Well,
try to. Don't
you know
try to
what you know what
box.
it's telling us, Bama? It's telling us that the mind seems to have existed before the brain. So the mind in that theory, in the brain is the receiver theory, it's saying that the brain, like a television set, will catch the signal of the mind, showing us that the body, the flesh, might just be a vessel for the mind. It might be a receiver. So when you change,
Religion teaches that. That's not that profound.
well,
And
well,
I
well,
actually
that's the thing,
always thought that.
religion, and this is not to
Your
say that the
five
religious.
senses are linked to your
I'm not
brain and your
saying
mind.
religion is correct. I'm saying that they might have some pieces of the puzzle. It might not be the exact way it is, but they're pointing people in a direction that makes more sense than evolution. They're
MD, the
saying that
conversation kind of moving away from the question I asked you. I'm just asking you, are you saying that the chemicals that the brain produces don't affect the mind? Is that what you're
no,
saying?
no, that's not what I said. I said that what the evolutionists are saying is that the mind is a product of those chemicals from the brain. Some evolutionists say that because
Okay, so let me ask you this. How is it not?
they have they have no proof of that.
I
That's
can
how
prove
it's
it.
not.
I'm gonna prove it, but I'm gonna ask
Okay,
you
prove it.
first.
Prove it then. Let me see you
Wait,
prove.
wait. How is it not? Before I prove it.
No,
Wait,
prove it.
wait. How is what not?
If you can prove it, then the how is it not is irrelevant at that point. So prove it.
Okay. Mentally ill people perceive the mentally ill people, people with a chemical imbalance within their brain.
And remember, this is just speculative for YouTube. We're staying within YouTube guidelines. So what Dave is saying is
Yeah.
speculative. Yeah,
Yeah.
about the people. You want to say just say different people. Some
Okay,
people.
Yeah.
so I'm
Key
gonna say
words.
different people and
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
we know
want y'all
what
to
you
Good
catch
mean.
what I'm
Yeah.
brother.
saying. Okay. Different people produce different chemicals in their brain that gives them a different sense of reality, which makes them behave in different ways.
Okay, how do you know this?
Because if you give that person a certain pill, I'm not gonna say the D word because I don't know
Yeah,
if I
yeah,
can say
yeah.
the D word.
Mhm.
If you give that person a certain pill, it mellows them out and they can begin to act more acclimated to society.
Okay.
So
Now,
that
now,
proves because those pills releases chemicals to the brain, the ass chemicals to the brain. So that proves that the chemicals produced by the brain does indeed affect your reality.
it affects it, but it doesn't cause it.
I can't prove that it causes it, but I can prove that it
And,
causes it. And let me finish.
well, isn't that what I said? That there's no proof of it causing it. How does that cause it? Now, it can affect your mind, yes. When people take
I'm gonna tell you how. I'm gonna tell you
these
how.
substances.
I'm gonna tell you how. Because the brain. is always to a degree producing some kind of hormone or chemical or
Okay.
electrical
Wait, I just want to say
impulse.
Neoverse got a good point. He says, wait, it's over here. Consciousness
Okay.
does not behave like something locked inside a single brain. Absolutely. He's right about that. There is a much larger model at work, which is clear to see anybody who would do the experiments themselves, even OBE, out of body experiments. So you see how he's thinking and he's
But
proposing
watch this. I
things.
didn't even get to finish
Wow. See,
because
you didn't even listen to nothing.
he didn't
How
say nothing profound. He
how
didn't
is
say
somebody supposed to
we have
have
a
a
shared
productive
experience. We
conversation?
have a shared experience, and if you let me finish, I can
How
link
am
it
I
together.
supposed to? You don't
He
even
didn't say
care,
nothing
man.
profound. He didn't say nothing profound.
Yeah, I don't think he cares.
Yeah,
No, no,
man.
no. It's not that I don't
You
care. It's that you
you know what
highlighting
you
it.
got me wanting to go to sleep, man. That's
I
how
don't
you
think
got.
I don't think
Yeah,
you comprehend. I don't think you can comprehend it.
Okay, so how
yeah,
about
he
me and
can't.
you
Yeah,
have a
he's not
talk? Cause MD
comprehending it,
keep
man.
on
He just
dancing around what I'm saying. So how about
man,
you? Come on, educate me.
man. I don't know what to say. I'm not here to entertain you,
I'm
man.
talking
That's the
to the
thing.
man. Like this,
Yeah.
my
Well,
thing. Y'all have
okay.
a
So I
lot to
want
say,
to jump
but
in.
y'all
I want to jump in here real quick because first of all,
come on,
you
come
asked
on,
first.
come on.
Go ahead, mine. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, first you asked MD uh, if a mind can exist without a brain, and then you went to ask him if uh, chemicals affect the brain or affect the mind. I don't know where you're even going with this because it
Hey, come
seems
on
like
now.
you
You
just want to
said you
argue.
were smart. You said you have to sip liquor to dumb yourself down. I'm the one sipping the liquor, so I'm gonna need you to keep up. So I'm gonna get you to answer those two questions for me, and then you gonna see where I'm going with it.
Well, MD already answered both of those. I don't
No, I
know where we're
want
going.
your answer. He doesn't
Exactly.
speak for you. I'm asking you
No,
to use your
but
own
Bama, you
brain and
can't.
your own
Bama,
intelligence
you can't have
and answer
people.
my question.
Bama, you can't have people repeating themselves. I answered your questions,
I want his
and now,
answer.
well,
It's no repeat
and
because he's going
yeah,
to
it's
answer.
time to go to bed, Bama. It's time to go to bed, bro.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm saying
We're gonna have to.
he finally hops in the conversation. Now y'all want to end it and
Wait,
all
hold
this
on a
other
I
stuff.
second.
mean,
Go ahead,
the
mine.
thing, well, the thing is, I literally am able to speak for myself, and I chose to
Then speak for
go.
yourself.
I chose to not be controlled by you because you want
I
me to
keep
do
getting
something
muted. I
specific.
keep getting muted.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
He
do what you
chose to
want me
hop
to
in
do.
the so
I'm
provide an
trying to
Literally,
keep
answer.
him muted, and
M-
he keeps unmuting, man. You got to stop that. I'm gonna have to put you in the playpen, Bama. Go ahead, mine.
yeah, MD. I
Yeah,
spoke for myself by saying MD answered
yeah,
your question. I don't want to be reiterating what he already said. So
exactly.
I don't know where we're
You know
going
what
with
it is?
this.
At this point, he's just
Being
he's
defiant like the
inebriated
tequila.
to the point off of the
I'm not
tequila.
inebriated. Y'all just
We can't
shaky.
we can't have. You see, I gotta put you in the
Oh
playpen. You gotta go in the
no,
playpen. Put you back in the high chair. We can't have you doing that,
oh
Bama.
no.
Okay, so chill, chill. I want to talk with the mind. You know, yo, Al Johnson. Yo, Al,
Baba needs a pacifier. Ah,
yo,
man. Daddy,
yo,
that
Al
boy Dad
Johnson is
MD, man. MD
hilarious.
been a father, man.
Yo, he's oh my goodness. That is hilarious, man.
Hey, do you
Yeah.
know who Matt Dillahunty is?
The what?
Do you know who Matt Dillahunty is?
Matt who? Dylan. What would you say, mine? Matt?
Dillahunty.
Nah, I haven't.
Matt
What
Dillahunty. He's like a famous atheist debater guy. He likes to debate Christians and stuff. I did a debate with him like 6 years ago. I I think you would like it. It's pretty interesting. He ends up. I was te- I was telling him that perception is perception is a thing that exists, and when it comes to God is a thing that must be directly experienced. It must be perceived directly. It's not something I can give you with words. And he ended up like cussing at me and hanging up on me on the phone, and it was pretty interesting. I think you might like it. I don't know. Maybe one day we could do a video watch view. It's like 9 minutes long.
that's the same thing Ephilism did to me, man. He started cursing at me, and I think they do that when they're losing. Well, not even losing the debate, but when the mental infection or the mental problem start to arise to a point, it's
Yeah,
not that you're
I
saying, it's just that you
I
won't
put
stay
it in the
quiet
back
when
chat.
somebody else is speaking. Yeah, Bama. Well, I don't mind him being on the panel if he lets people talk. So me and the mind are having a conversation and Plague Doctor. So let us, talk about stuff, man. You know, and so play mind. You had the debate with him, and like, what is it? A big channel or like I haven't heard of him.
It's called the Atheist Experience. So basically, anybody could call up
Atheist. Oh my God.
and
Yo,
have debates with atheists.
Wow.
I would never want to debate someone like that. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I wonder. Like, I don't really see what because I've
Yeah,
talked.
it was a while back. I used to like to do.
Cat mine. Yeah, that's just Bama sipping on whatever. I don't know if you're there. Mind. I think he's muted. That yeah. Plague. You got anything, man?
No,
Yeah. What's up? You were muted for a
what were you
while.
saying? I think you got cut out or something. I or
I think Bama's thing cut out too. I
Wait,
think the
it's two in
mind
here.
dropped off.
It's two Bama Daves now. It's two drunks now. I see Bama Dave and another
Yeah,
Bama
I don't know, man.
Dave.
Something just we got
This is
two
tweaking
Bama's
out,
there.
man. But yo,
Bama, you gotta
MD.
drop one of your things. You gotta
Yeah. But yo, MD.
yeah.
I'm actually. You gave me an idea.
You coming in muffled again.
Yeah, you gave me an idea. I'm going to do a book review on my channel. I'm gonna do book reviews and stuff like that. I'm gonna take a bunch of your books and I'm gonna do a series and do reviews on them because damn, there's three drunk mamas now. But anyways, I'm gonna do a review on each book and I'm gonna try to break it down as much as I can. And I don't know, I'm gonna just try to see who knows. I'm gonna try to make some interesting concept videos and see if I can break the internet off that. Like not literally break, but you get the idea, maybe. And then that'll
Yeah,
be good promotion for your books, man.
I appreciate it, man. I think Secret Words might be a book that you like because
Oh yeah.
just the anagrams and like the response you were, given on that.
Yeah. That was crazy. No, that book I rarely get enlightened on that because I'm already deep into that kind of stuff. So it's rare I really get like, oh, but that was different for sure. I was like, whoa, so
Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff that I've like wrote about in Secret Words is very to me it's like it's amazing, man. I'm just looking for like in society, civil society, right? We see that civil means to treat each other, with compassion, with caring, right? But we see it to be, like it says, civil society can be respelt into the word stoic, icy evil. And when we look at society, we kind of see that in it.
dystopia, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it becomes very dystopian, and I mean the censorship.
Especially New York and Jersey. I'm sorry, no offense, MD, but especially up there, where people are.
It's crazy, man.
The subways, yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
When you respell the phrase, the two words, where's Bama? I think Bama.
When I think about careful saint, I think about a pope. That's crazy.
Yeah.
MD, can
So
I go back and forth with the man real quick? Because he asked those questions.
wait, hold on a second. So in other words, if we even reverse this and we say the word careful saint, if it's respelled, we'll spell Satan Lucifer, right? Because Satan Lucifer spells careful saint. So like how you were saying, you think the Pope, whatever. So it's like, wow, Timbo, good to see you, man. He says the only thing that might change an atheist is experience of the paranormal.
Exactly. Yo, that's so true, Timbo.
that's what I
I
said.
was looking up
That's
I
what I
looked on my
said.
GoPro. Who's that? Who's that? The mine? That
Yeah,
Nah,
said
that's
that?
why.
Oh, I believe you. Wait,
That's what
bro,
I
the
said
mine,
to
bro, I
the
agree with that
atheist guy. I was
too.
like,
I agree with that too. And y'all, and here's the thing too. When I seen something, bro, y'all can't say I'm crazy or schizo like they usually try to say because I didn't see it with my naked eye, and I was sober, so I seen it on my camera. You know how they say cameras can catch ghosts? That shit is true, because one day I was sitting down real quick and for Timbo, right? I was sitting down and I looked at my GoPro, and then I seen some weird looking. Let's just say I just seen some weird entity and stuff like that in the back of the room, and I turned around to look for myself, and I couldn't see nothing. So I wasn't hallucinating because I couldn't even see it. Like I was going to look hard. I leaned in my head, didn't see nothing. It looked regular. And I looked on the camera, it was a thing in the back. So I'm like it is blurry, on the camera in the background, you could barely make it out. And I look again, it was just back, and then it eventually disappeared, but I could only see it on the GoPro. I couldn't see it in real life. So if the GoPro wasn't there, I wouldn't even have known that was around me.
Wow. I just
Exactly. You
posted.
can't say I'm crazy
Have you
because
ever
my
seen
camera
any
saw it. I didn't
supernatural?
see. Go ahead.
Well, that's the link that you just posted in the private chat, Neil.
Have you ever
But
seen anything like that, MD?
like what? Like the link? The what? Well, I put this up here because
No, like this is.
what is area? What do you say? Mine. I put
I
this
said,
up here.
have you ever had any? Oh shit! Sorry.
Ever had any what?
I guess when you say like what I was saying, like, have you ever had any weird thing or see any weird crap go down
Have
like
you
how
ever
I did?
experienced any
Oh, that's not
supernatural,
yours.
paranormal
Oh, whose
activity?
link?
Any supernatural like ghosts? Yeah,
The
like
mind.
ghosts and
The
things.
mind in the private chat. I thought you put that link in the private chat. The mind, right?
Link
Did you
to
put?
the video of me debating some guy, some
Oh, okay, okay. So that
atheist
yeah,
guy.
because I
Hey,
saw it in the
debate me
private chat. I
real
put it in
quick.
the
I
main
want you to
chat.
answer my two questions that you
I didn't know.
had.
Hold on a second. Now, Area 51. What do they try to get people to think of with Area 51? To be afraid of a tiny alien, right?
Mexicans.
Yeah,
Well, so
I mean, yeah,
now you
aliens.
have,
Aliens,
and
Mexican.
we're
yeah.
not. We got to be
Yeah,
careful.
Mexican.
We stay within YouTube guidelines. We're not making any claims against anybody.
Shout
Of
out
any
Wino,
type
respect to
of
Wino.
nationality or
My
anything.
bad. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So what we're saying
Sorry.
is Area 51 is is built around these tiny aliens, they say, that were found in a ship, right? So a tiny person that they want you to be afraid of because they're not an ally, they're a foe. And the same three words, Area 51, can be rewritten to spell the 4-word phrase, fear a tiny foe. And that's kind of yeah, that's kind of it's kind of odd when I look at that. It's kind of odd the fact that it spells that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I got one question.
Yeah.
I have this one thought this whole time you were talking about all of these things. What if like because I'm bad at reading, right? Like I have dyslexia. What
Mhm.
if like you're just straight up illiterate? Like, does any of this affect you at all on a subconscious level, or does it
If
like
you're
bypass
illiterate,
your?
yeah, I mean, you might actually be immune to some of it to a certain extent, but I would think that there's other ways for them to get to you. Um, I'm not sure. If you're illiterate, is it by choice or is it not? That's another thing.
Yeah,
Like, do
I
you?
would say by choice because it's like
Okay,
these
so
words are nonsense. They're illogical. There's no actual like there's no actual what is it called? I'm trying to think of the word logic to it. Like there's no logic to the
well, there
English
might be
vocabulary.
logic, right? Like it could be logic, a logical way of mind control, right?
Oh yeah, when you think about it like that, yeah. But when you look at the words and you try to read them, and when I was younger, I was like, this doesn't make any sense, and I'm not going to learn this shit. It was also because my teacher. This was a thing. Literally, I was like in preschool. I remember no, before I was even in preschool, I was in daycare, learning the ABCs, right?
Mhm.
I was trying to learn the ABCs. Everybody was in line to go to recess, and I was still sitting there trying to finish my ABCs. The teacher grabbed my ear, twisted it, and then threw me in line and was like, "I told you to go to
Oh my
recess."
god.
And
Oh
I was
my
like, "Okay, you know
god.
what? I'm not
Mm.
learning this shit. I'm not learning this shit. Like, you want me to learn this shit? I'm not gonna learn it."
We
So
try
that was
not to
basically.
curse. We don't want to
Oh,
curse.
my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Um. Hmm.
I've been here patiently waiting. Can he
All right.
respond to me
All
real
Alright.
right.
quick?
You've been patient, Bama. What is it?
So, the man, what was you saying earlier about the two questions and all the things of that nature?
What do you
What
mean?
part is
You
confusing
wanted
you?
asking a question. What do you want to ask?
No, he said he was confused, and then he talked about the two questions that I asked you. He never provided his answer. He used
I
your
was just saying,
answer.
I don't
So,
know. I was saying, I don't know where we're going with that. That's what I was saying. I don't know where you're going with that, with those
okay, what part?
questions.
Where's the confusion at?
In my mind,
Of course. So, use your mouth to project to say what's on your mind. Use your words to project your thoughts. What part
my
threw
mind
you
was
off?
confused when you started saying those words about the questions. Like you started saying questions, and I don't know where you were going with that. I just got confused.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a personal issue. I thought you actually had something to say, or thought I was
Uh,
wrong about something. Because we can go back and forth.
nope.
Oh, bro, but don't you got to go to sleep to get up tomorrow or something like that?
It's the way he cut into the conversation that me and
So
you was
what? Let him
having.
cut into that. You cut into the conversation a lot worse.
I'm
Yeah.
also ready to defend my points too.
No,
I
man,
don't
you don't even
cower. I
know
don't
your
cower
points.
like that.
When I ask
I
you,
don't get quiet.
you don't even know your
Yeah.
points. When I ask you to explain stuff, you don't know. You don't got to
So how
compute.
about me and you continue our conversation
There's nothing for us. A conversation
Oh
about what?
brother.
about consciousness?
Oh my goodness, man. There's nothing I
Consciousness.
can really say. It's getting late, Bama. You said you got
I
to
mean,
get
we
up
was
early.
talking
I
about the
get up
chemicals
early.
and how they
Everybody got to get
affect
up early, right?
awareness. We was talking about chemicals and how they
Yeah.
affect awareness. I gave you the mental illness example. Where do you want to go from there?
There
Okay,
is
but
no
that's
place for
that's
us to go because
Okay,
the
now he wants
tequila
to
is
talk. What do
taking too
you
much
have to
effect
say?
on you, man.
What do
okay.
you
I
have
just
to
think like
say?
okay. I'm gonna say this and that's it. Like everything you're saying is like elementary. Like yeah, I don't know what you're saying. Like things that
It's
are
elementary if you
obvious.
confused.
Yeah, like where are you going with this? Because you're saying like you're saying obvious things. Like I don't know what you want us to say. I don't know where
What
you're gonna
he
go with.
said,
Sure.
which is
Fine.
watch this. He said that evolutionists want you to think that the mind is affected by chemicals. So that's why I said what I
No,
said
I
about yes,
didn't
the
say
mind
that.
is affected. What did you say?
I said that the theory for consciousness that they can't explain it, and they'll say that the mind is created by the chemicals in the brain. So somehow that must create the mind because they don't want to take the truth. They don't want real scientific investigation to say that
But how can you
consciousness
use
is an
scientific
unexplained
investigation when you can't explain
consciousness is
consciousness?
an unexplained mystery, and that really when you look at it, it seems that physical matter comes after consciousness. So
Okay,
now
this is good.
you get
How
into
so?
saying, okay, so that means that matter seems to have been created for consciousness. So it doesn't go in the backward way that evolution is trying to explain it, because we know that they're trying to control your mind and not let you understand anything about reality so they can control you. But when we look at it scientifically, we say, wow, so it seems that consciousness seemed to have had to exist before matter, possibly even before space and time, because space, time, matter is a concept for the physical universe. And if that doesn't exist, one cannot exist without the other. So we say, okay, if you have time and space, right? You need matter. If you have matter and space, well, what time is it existing in? You would need time to go along with that. Time and matter.
Indeed, time is literally a concept in itself. It's a unit of measurement. There's no such thing as a year. We came up with the
What is
year to
time
measure.
measure? What is
See, I
time
can
measure?
never finish.
Oh, wait, what
I can
is
never
time measure?
finish. Time in itself, including space, but especially time, is a concept. It's how we measure moments. It's
How
how
do
That's
we
we
true.
measure
include
from point
space?
A to point B in terms of
That's true.
moments.
Of an existence. That's true.
Well, I
But
would say
A lot
time
of the
time
stuff I
measures
say is
wait,
true.
movement.
wait.
So
You're
let's
saying
keep it
point
going.
A. You're saying point A and point B. I'm asking the question that okay, time needs to
Move.
exist with space and matter. So it's kind of like a trinity, right?
You
Well,
can
time. I thought
say
time.
that,
Okay,
but
wait. I thought time measured
wait, you ain't
movement
had nothing to
because.
say when I was talking to you, bro. Let me finish.
Wait, hold on a
All right.
second, Bama. Let him add in what
I
he wants
always
to
got to
add in
hold on. I always got to hold on.
This is
because
a
you're
You ain't
always
had nothing to
conversation.
say this whole time.
look, man.
Time measures movement because without movement there would be no time, even if
Well,
there was space.
how about this? How about
You can
movement can be
100%
measured
have
with
time without
time, but
movement.
also when we say it's not
Ah,
physical
shit.
movement, right? It isn't time. Like think about what time would actually measure. It measures like a passive forward movement, right? So when we go into the
Yeah.
future, right, time is measuring that, and and so now we're saying okay, time, space, and matter. Consciousness seems to go beyond all of that. Now I'm not saying
Prove it.
it does, but it seems that it does.
So that's an
So
assumption. That's a theory.
well, it's thinking. It's saying okay,
Theories get thought of
doesn't it it's a theory that makes more sense scientifically than anything evolution has put forth
based on what? Where's the evidence that makes it
based
make
on
more
the
sense?
reality that we can observe.
But here's the thing. If all this existed before you was born, then that means matter, time, and space existed before you was born. So if you don't produce no evidence outside of what you was born, how can you make
God
that claim?
dang, and you know, and this is why I can't, you know, Bama, every time like you're like a zombie in disguise, man. You
Now I'm a
disguise
zombie. I mean,
like
the
you know,
proof of
and
burden
then
on
you
this
come out
statement
and you
is on
try to
you.
just zombie, man.
The
In
proof of burden is
disguise,
on you with the
when
statement.
why
And,
did you think he was?
You
At
can
what point
barely
was he in
talk. You're not that
disguise?
smart. I can tell.
wait, hold on. What were we saying, mind?
What
I
part was
said, at
in
what point was he in disguise?
He just now. I mean, I honestly with Bama, Timbo got a question. Bama, do you know about the double slit experiment?
Nope.
Okay, so this is why we can't have most of these conversations. But yet
Mhm.
you profess to
Our
know.
conversation ain't about the double slit experiment. Our
Look,
conversation
I
is
try
about
to
what it's
tell
about.
you, Timbo, man, I appreciate the question, but Bama is just not mentally equipped for some of
He's
these
asking questions that don't
conversations.
have nothing to do with what we talking about. Me and you are having a conversation. Let's not
I don't know.
deflect.
I don't know.
Okay,
Listen,
okay,
Bama,
okay,
you know
Max.
what, man? Yeah,
You're
go ahead.
deflecting.
Yeah, go ahead.
MD, let me try one time. Bam. So we're talking about
See, that's
consciousness,
what
right?
y'all like to do. Y'all like to throw off the conversation.
He's
We're talking
asking.
about consciousness.
Just listen.
But I'm talking to him.
Just
Okay.
listen for a second. Go ahead, mine.
So you were saying consciousness. We don't know, scientifically speaking, if consciousness was here before what, like before humans or not, something like that. I think when we look at like how
That's not what I said.
no, well,
No.
okay, well that's kind of what Bam. That's kind of MD. Kind of weren't you kind of going along those lines or no? Were you saying there was consciousness before,
I
like
didn't
humans
say
or
what consciousness with before humans, what consciousness exists within humans.
well, because we're literally
What would
saying
make
that
you even make that statement?
the mind exists beyond the brain.
The mind exists within the brain. If the brain dies, you don't have no consciousness. That means that the mind exists within the brain.
Okay, and you know that you know what a fractal the you know we live. How do I say it? There's a
Is
fractal
this a fact or is
nature.
this a theory?
This is a fact
Okay.
that all of existence is a smaller, like there's like a print. I think it's called a fractal. Like we are a
Uh-huh.
smaller version of something greater, and that an example of that can be seen in the spiral. You know how
Something greater of what?
something greater,
Okay,
well,
what's the
something
something greater?
conscious, something
Okay,
conscious,
what's the
definitely,
something? What is the something? What is the something?
something greater.
What is the something that's greater? What is it? Hello?
It well, I'm trying to tell you, it's definitely a pattern. There's a certain pattern, and I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, so like he likes to say with the evolutionists, with the missing link, what you are giving is a missing link. What is the something?
I'm telling you, it's a certain pattern that is resembles a spiral. Like literally, there's okay. I'm losing my train of thought right now. Hold on.
I can tell.
Yeah, because I'm talking to your ass. Like literally, I'm trying to.
Oh
Bro, you
my
can barely
God,
talk, period.
Oh,
no.
I
You
didn't mean
can't
to
even
cuss. Sorry.
formulate a whole
And
sentence without it being choppy. You might want to change your name, my boy.
Oh, damn.
Now, you got anything to say, Play?
Uh, about
Guess
what?
not. Back to me and MD's conversation. MD, what was we talking about?
Oh,
Oh, okay.
be quiet, man. You won.
No, it ain't
okay,
even no.
okay. I'm
Okay,
just
here
gonna
we go.
finish a little
Don't hurt yourself.
bit
Take your
of what
time.
to do. So you don't know anything about uh what is that one thing called?
Fractal.
Fuck, I can't. Oh, I'm not supposed to cuss. I
Bro, it
just said a
don't
bad
sound
word.
like you know either. It don't sound
I
like
just
you
said a
know
bad word.
either.
Hold on. You're distracting me. Do you know anything about
Let me hear
large
Big
language
Brother
models?
one.
And yeah,
Educate me.
Dave.
Can you
No,
hear me? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
large language models. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's this thing called neural networks, neural nets, and they're
Uh-huh.
supposed to be modeled off of our brains, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Are you aware of that?
No, keep going.
No. So
Mm-mm.
these neural nets that are modeled off of our brain have a certain pattern. Remember, I was talking to you about patterns earlier and how
Yeah.
they're connected to the mind,
Yeah.
right? So these patterns can be
Pattern
found.
recognition is a form of intelligence. Keep going.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying certain
That's what I'm saying, but
patterns.
keep going.
Okay, what am I saying?
You're saying that there's a neural network based off of patterns and that the
Uh,
brain is modeled after it. That is what you said, or the mind is
no,
modeled after it. You're talking about neurons and pattern, seeing patterns or something.
uh-huh. And that gives rise to what?
You tell me. You the one that's talking about
Well,
this
I
theory.
said it in the beginning, and then I went on to explain how it works.
You cannot tie it to there
Large
being a
language models,
higher.
neural
You can't.
networks, large
You
language
can't.
models.
But you can't tie it to there being something greater. You can't make that link.
Okay, so
You
again,
realize that, right?
what am I talking about here again? Because it seems like you forgot what I was
Look,
talking
look,
about.
look, look. You tell me what you talking about and stop playing like you smart
I
because you watch
did.
some
I
YouTube
literally did more than
videos.
once, and then it sounds like
What is the relevance of the information that you giving?
you don't know what
Let's
I'm
see you
talking about.
tie it together because you sound smart because you watch YouTube videos. Let's see you tie it together. Let's see you apply it. What is the
I
relevance of
literally
that
did more
information?
than once. I literally laid it
Okay, I'm
out to
asking you
you.
one last time. I'm finna be quiet. I'm on mute.
Uh, large language models. So
What about it? What's the relevance of it? What's the significance of what you are talking about?
okay, so there is a thing called a fractal nature of reality.
And if you look at our brains are very similar to other patterns that exist in nature. And some have speculated and even proved that these patterns form conscious, uh, aware systems via AKA large language models. So all I'm saying is what we call a mind is modeled, patterned, created in many, in more than one way, in many ways.
In what ways are those?
Okay, so the pattern that I was trying to tell you about, one of them is the spiral.
Hmm.
There, are you aware of any spirals that exist in nature?
No,
No. Oh, well, I don't know what to tell you then. Me
Tornadoes.
neither.
no,
Yeah,
name the
tornadoes.
spirals
I don't see why you need me to name the spirals.
because you the one doing all this talking. I don't understand the
Bama,
relevance to what you're
wait,
saying. You did all that to tie everything you said
wait.
to a
The mind, you got to remember,
he
Bama
tied all that
will
to a
suck
tornado.
the intelligence out of anybody's mind. You got to be real
Yeah,
careful speaking with him, man.
yeah, I know.
Wait, say that
I
again,
think I'm done
MD.
here. I'm done.
I mean,
He
it's
didn't
like
make a point. He
another
said all that
level
to
of
tie to
zombie,
tornadoes and
man.
spirals.
It's hard to speak with you, Bam, especially like I said, the progression of what the tequila has been doing to you over the
Then
last
how
two
about me and
hours.
you go back and forth? Y'all like to downplay
It's
my
clear,
intelligence, but
man.
y'all
It's
really all
clear.
scared of me. Me and you can go back and forth because he didn't say
There's no
nothing.
back and forth about it. It's
He done
you
did all
trying
that
to
about
suck any
linguistics
type of
models
reason
in
and
nature
logic
just to tie it
from a
to a
person's
tornado.
mind, man.
Okay, what
You
about the
are,
tornado? MD, let me ask you a question. What does the tornado have to do with anything that he said? Shapes exist in nature. He
you
took all that to point to a tornado. What is the relevance and the significance of what he said?
man. I walked away because that's how zombie you are.
You walked away because
I walked
he
away
talks at 2 miles
I
per
walked
hour.
away because you will drain any bit of intelligence and reason from a person's mind, man. Your level of ignorance supersedes
MD,
any type
knock
of
them off the
level of
panel and we can go
intelligence I
back
can
and forth
acquire,
right
man.
now and we gonna see
You
who's
like a
smarter than who.
black hole of ignorance, man. I don't
You
know
can
what
get your
to
little
say.
jokes off, knock them off the panel and go back and forth with me. I will
Bro,
embarrass you.
how many times all you're
I will
sitting here is
embarrass you.
doing, you keep drinking.
I'm
And
not drinking. I'm
as the
sober. I
minutes
will
go on,
embarrass
the
you.
questions get dumber. And it's like, come on, man.
Then knock them off the panel and go back and forth with me.
Timbo said he actually reminds me of what physicist James Gates said about his research in supersymmetry that has been used to explain simulation theory. Wow. Wow.
Theory. That's the point. That's what he said. He said it's factual, and then he goes on to say there's speculation that makes it a
Remember, he
theory.
asked
That
you
is,
if you knew what a fractal was, and you said no. So there's the conversation's
but
always
he said
limited.
after that
It's
that
always
it's
limited with you, man.
speculation that makes it
Anything we
a
ask you,
theory. That's not a fact.
every
Listen to the playback.
everything we try to
He
talk
presented
about.
it as a fact, and then he said it's
Red
a
Blur,
theory.
good to see you, brother. Red Blur says Bama is not here to present counter argument or articulate his reasoning. He's just trolling at this point.
Hey, ain't won't none of y'all in the
Absolutely.
comments hop up here and face me.
Absolutely.
He
How
won't even
come?
face me.
Oh man. Bama
Y'all can
man.
do that
It's
all y'all
getting
want. Y'all won't go back and forth with me though.
Bama, we I'm not trying to go back and forth. I'm trying to go to sleep. So
Oh,
I let
my
I
bad.
mean,
My
what
bad.
more
Yeah.
can I really say to you? And we still got Effelism trolling. I cannot believe this.
But MD, look, to be fair,
This
you
guy
walked
is
away from
wounded. I
from
must
your
have hit the
phone.
soul.
MD, you walked away from your phone. He said in the beginning, I asked him, is it a fact or a theory? He said it's a fact. And then if you listen to the playback, he says it's a theory. To be fair. And then
About what?
he said all this to tie to a tornado? Are you serious?
Yeah, you don't know anything about tornadoes, do you? You literally don't know anything about
What does a
tornadoes.
tornado have to do with anything that you said? That's the one question I have for you. Tied to the linguistics model
Spiral,
and all that, tied all
spirals,
together.
spiral. That's it. That's the one word I'm going to say. Spiral.
See what I'm saying? These folks watch YouTube videos and swear they smart. You can't tie it together.
What?
You
Yeah,
can't.
if you were listening, I'm not gonna redo this whole thing
You
for you.
spoke on neural
Fractals.
networks.
Remember the
You
fractal
spoke on
thing?
the linguistics model.
Uh huh.
You spoke on the awareness, and you tied it to a tornado. Now I'm asking you
And
to
patterns.
tell me the significance. Okay, patterns. What about patterns, bro?
Patterns.
Something's wrong with him. Something is wrong with him. He giving these one word answers because he can't tie it together. You can't.
Quantum.
Yeah, you
Bama, I don't
control
know
like
what
that. You
to say.
control like that. You making yourself. You just saying random words trying to sound smart. You making yourself look stupid.
Yo, Vigilance, he dropped it. He said, Bama and Pastor Tanks need their own show. You're absolutely right, man. Absolutely. Yeah, something is definitely wrong with Bama, man.
Right,
Yeah,
but I bet you
definitely.
won't. I bet you, Al Johnson, Red Blur. I bet y'all won't come on this panel and go back and forth with me. I will embarrass y'all.
Yo.
Y'all like to act like y'all
Oh
smart and
my
y'all different.
goodness.
Y'all are not smart. Y'all are conspiracy
The only
theorists.
thing, yo,
Y'all are conspiracy theorists. How about you hop up here and prove
bro,
something? Let's put the burden of
there's
proof
not
on
much,
y'all.
man. I'm trying to
That's what I
get some
thought.
sleep, Bama. I
And
know.
MD, I ain't got no issue with you either, man. I'm just going
Look,
back
man,
and forth with him.
I know you're like where you're at. You're in Central Time, right? So it's an hour.
Yeah, I'm in
Uh,
Central.
so it's not
Oh,
that
you
late
on the
over
East
there.
Coast, so it's about 2:30. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will. I might stream tomorrow night. I'm thinking uh Friday we might have a guest. Me and him might chop it up. He had been on here before. Diego, he's a cool guy. Um, but yeah, tomorrow, man. I'll see maybe tomorrow, but most likely Friday. You guys take care and have a good night, man.
All right.
All right, y'all take care.